Hello class, good morning. How is your day going? How is your week starting? Oh, wait, if it's morning, it's already Tuesday morning for you? You're already done with Monday. You know what? That's a win for you, because I just finished my Monday and I'm like, ooh, I'm tired. I am absolutely exhausted right now, and it's the first day of the week. But the good news is 3 more days to go. 3 more days and I'll be free. So I just gotta keep fighting. But I am beyond exhausted. It's Tuesday. Lucky. My Monday was also tiring. High five. We console each other as we talk about it, because I'm just like, I am not used to having to talk to people at work that much. Like, I usually am left alone. I have my YouTube going on the back and I do my thing, and life is good and life is great. Right now, like last week, I was talking every single day with a new girl, teaching her how to do stuff. And then this week, I'm trying to... Is my mic peaking? It looks really red and I'm not sure why. What's going on here? Hello? Why is it going so high? Am I too loud? What is this about? Oh, something is off with my mic and I do not know what it is. How is sound, if you can help me with that, Clarence? If not, I'll just go listen to my stream for a second, because this is not normal. I just don't have control over my mic. I sound fine? Okay, well, thank you, Phoenix, because I'm just like, what is this about? I just see the audio just keeps going up red. I have no control. I can't control the volume or anything, so I'm just like, scuff coming from me on a Monday. That's not ethical. That's not very demure, if you ask me. But if you guys tell me it's fine, I will trust that it's fine. It's just, I've never seen this before. I don't know why it gotta stress me out like that. Like, I would rather it doesn't, but it is what it is. I wired everything for my audio interface, and God, thank you, and everything the other day, and I think it's been weird. Maybe BGM is too soft, do you think? If you tell me it's too low, I'll put it slightly up. I mean, the point is always for you guys to hear me, so I don't want to overwhelm you with music. But hopefully, okay, it's good. Okay, I'll just leave it as it was. But yeah, how is everybody? How was your weekend? What did you do? I was just complaining about work because of what I do. Oh yeah, I was just saying that this week I'm trying to let the girl do stuff on her own so she can learn to do the job and ask and call me when she asks questions. And most of the morning she was, pretty much fine. She would ask me questions, and then I spent the whole afternoon with her because it was a more complicated case. I guess there was a lot to do, and I was like, see, now you got a taste of your real job and how long it takes you to do stuff, and like, it will take, it's gonna be a learning curve, and you're gonna get there. Also, there's one dude that is pretty much not doing his job, and I'm like, you guys, I personally don't care, but if he's not done doing what he's supposed to do by Thursday, there's nothing I can do about it. And you guys are gonna have to deal. So I'm just saying. Also, oh yeah, there was this one little red flag I had about the girl that I'm a bit worried, but at the same time, it's not my problem. That's just not my problem. Not my problem. Yes. Hey, I'm Kirby Pollo. What does Pollo mean? You're Kirby indeed, though. What? There's no turtles today. What do you mean? Why are we all Kirby's? Anyways, but yeah, so I trained a girl from Monday to Thursday last week, and then on Friday it was her first day working from home, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna be available, call me if you have any questions, whatever, all that. And then I'm like, okay, before you do this invoice, because she had so many questions, please just take a screenshot and then send it to me so I can just make sure everything's okay, so you don't send it to the customer and everything. So first thing, she just sends it over when I told her to send me a screenshot before, and I'm like, can happen, I check. And I don't know how to explain it in the most easiest way, but let's just say that Okay, so you put an item on an invoice, right? Someone has paid $100 for an item. She decided to split the cost for some unholy reason that I have no idea, because I've never ever told her to do anything like that. But she decided like, oh yeah, when I type this number in there, it gives me 90, but it needs to be 100. So I'm just gonna pick it up out of my head and add an admin fee of $10 every time, like 10 times on one invoice, when I told her she could enter the item only once. And I'm just like, the mistake is not the end of the world, but it makes me worry in the sense, like, if you don't know something at a new job, why would you not ask? Like, just ask. Like, don't just invent a solution for yourself. Like, this will mess with the numbers, which is why I'm still a bit confused as to why they chose her, as she has no experience in accounting, and there's a lot of accounting in my job, so I'm like, ugh. Hello stars, how you doing? How was your day? How was your weekend? But yeah, I was just like, that's weird. I was like, why would you do that? This is not the way. But today I did a lot of work with her, and she was fine. So it was like, maybe it was just a one-off time. But also she struggles to retain information, so I have to repeat myself a lot. But I'm giving her, like, some grace, because it's her second week. So I'm not gonna expect her to just know everything right now. Okay, but where did she get the idea that she could assume a solution? See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was confused about. I was like, I'm pretty sure I am a slacker. I'm not the best worker out here, but I know for a fact that when I start a new job, I will never try and do something on my own just out of there. No, she's 4 years older than me, and I'm an old turtle, so she's not a youngin'. Also, that shows in the fact that she's not the most efficient with a PC. Like, she's not terrible, but I guess I need to be not judging her by my gamer girl standards. I am a very fast typer. I make my invoices, like, I do my thing like that. But I'm also a gamer, and I type a lot. I use my computer at home a lot. I'm just, used to the grind. I like that. But when I see someone that doesn't use Control-C, Control-V to copy-paste, I raise an eyebrow. I'm just like, you could make your life easier by copy-pasting things with your keyboard, but I guess if you want to use your mouse, you can, but why? Why would you do that? I'd be worried of her if I were her parent. I don't know. She's really nice, and I'm confused. So let's just say my job is very much a job of administration and accounting. So I do a lot of invoicing. I do a little bit in insurance. I do a bunch of things. And I have a very much data entry. I do invoicing all day. That's my main part of the job. This girl, not knowing copy paste, maybe she's used to a Mac because they use CMD. No, the only thing I can give her that explains a bit of her slowness is that she's used to an AZERTY keyboard, because she's from France and they don't use QWERTY over there, I guess. So like, she's a bit slower because of that, but I don't think it excuses Control-C, Control-V though. Wayward, hello, I'm in Canada. I was in Montreal super early this morning, now in Sudbury. Maybe we crossed paths on the highway. There were a lot of trucks. Maybe we actually drove next to each other when I was driving to work this morning. Yeah. Sorry, I've been working hard. Of course not. You gotta focus on the monies you gotta make at work. Don't worry about it. We've been doing a bunch of things, yapping a lot. I am extremely tired. I'm talking about, because I'm quitting my job. I don't know if you were there last time that happened, but I'm quitting my job, and I will finish on Thursday. So right now I'm training the new person, and I have my concerns. Maybe she's one of those who's ever only had a smartphone for their computing needs. Maybe. But yeah, what I was gonna say is that she lived in France for 10 years, and she was a real estate agent. So already very far from what I do. And then she came here, and then she had like a beauty salon. And then she didn't like the self-employed life. It was too stressful for her. So now she's looking for a job. So the invoicing that she did was probably only for her own business. So I'm like, I don't know that this experience translates to invoicing for a company that has thousands and thousands and thousands of transactions a year for different things in different accounts. We have like 700 accounts that we have to invoice for and in throughout a year. So I'm not 100% sure that this would work, okay? I'm gonna stop assuming her situation. Detective work is far from my specialty. No, it's fine. We're all speculating out here. Or real estate, so she's used to talking, not typing. Yeah, I think she's used to, like, you know, sweet talking people and stuff, or having her business and stuff. But she didn't fit the profile of an admin assistant in my mind. So when I was asked to review her resume when they were looking for someone to hire, I actually did not put her in the top because I'm like, her last job, she was a manager. I feel like manager doesn't fit, like a manager personality type does not fit my work, which is very behind the scene, do as you're told, which I like, I'm not complaining. And you just crunching numbers, and then you deal with people that have stupid questions because they forgot the passwords on the phone. And you're like, I forgot my password, what's my password? Like, that's what you have to deal with. As someone that their last job up until like 2 months ago was a manager, I was like, I don't know that this is the right fit. If you saw a baby blue semi-truck with blue pin stripping, that was me. Well, you see what's funny? I did see a baby blue semi-truck. I don't know about the blue pin stripping. I don't know what that means. So who knows? Maybe I actually did see it this morning. Congrats on taking the first step, but I'm supporting you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. To be fair, most work doesn't ever need computing tool more complex than a smartphone, and for smaller businesses, most tools are accessible and mostly perfectly operable on a touchscreen only mobile device. Exactly. That's why I'm like, this would definitely work for someone that works in a very, very small business. We're not a huge company, but we are huge when it comes to our accounting. There's a lot. We have over 10,000 members, which means that those are about 10,000 transactions that need to be invoiced, and that's only for members. There's camps and there's like programs and different things and subventions. There are a lot of things that need to be invoiced, and we need to keep track of the books and everything. That's why I'm like, I don't know that she's the right fit, but we'll see. The thing that concerns me the most is just that she would try to find her own solution instead of asking when she's been working for barely a week. It's normal that you don't know. There's no problem with making mistakes and stuff. I just don't like the idea that she would create her own solution to a problem. That's scary. I'm like, I mean, it's not gonna be my problem, but like, dang. And when she assumed a solution from before, yeah, that checks out. I have heard people in real estate make arbitrary claims to be conditions or something. That I wouldn't know. I don't know too much about the real estate world. I have worked with real estate agents and seen my mom a lot in the past years, but I don't know how they work. But you cannot play with the numbers at all. Like, we have like accounting verifications and stuff, audits every year, and you need to be able to explain everything you did and why. You cannot play with that because they can ask you about anything you invoice, you know. It's Karen! Hello, how you doing? How was your weekend? The chat's take on smartphone only viability, that's true. Even work email can be done via smartphones. That is very true. It just does not apply to my job. My job is too demanding. You need a PC, and you definitely need a second screen if you're gonna do my job. I was lucky because my job is cheap, but I'm a gamer, so I have a bunch of monitors, so I just plug my work laptop to my monitor and I just work with it. But I told her I would highly recommend you get a second screen. At least with the accounting program that we use, it's kind of trash. And like sometimes it will try to open a little window, but it will be like, oh, I can't open it because I need a second screen to put it on. And you're like, bruh, I need to see this right now. Hello, Farina, how you doing? How have you been? How was your weekend? Weekend was quiet until a doggo woke me up at midnight this morning. You know what? I would be very mad if that happened to me, but I hope you're not feeling too bad. Like, I already have a screeching child on the my neighbors. Thankfully, I wake up before them, so they don't wake me up, but I would have a fit if they did. Like, you cannot pay me enough to type up anything more than a few sentences on my phone only. If I need to do anything complex and have my computer available, I'm getting on the full-size keyboard. Exactly, that's what we want. And as I said before, she's not used to the QWERTY keyboard, so I'm giving her some grace on that. I'm like, you know, it can explain, but I cannot, like, she takes the longest way to do everything, and I try to teach her like shortcuts and be like, yeah, you know, instead of fiddling with your mouse, you could just Control V. It could just do it, you know, it'll be fine. But like, she's not used to that, so I'm like, I like to let her figure out her own way of doing things. So even though I am extremely annoyed, because usually when I do invoices, everything is in caps because it makes it uniform and it just works, and I've been doing this for over 2 years. It's just how it works, and I show her how to do that, but she doesn't do it. So sometimes she has typos or she forgets an accent, and then some things are written in caps, some things are not. If someone has a complaint about it, they will come to her with it. I'm not gonna be on her nose about using caps or not. It is what it is. I just gotta suck it up when it comes to that. Well, yeah, admin work appears like clockwork. Unfortunately, some jobs don't have the same framework, so she's probably used to less bureaucracy until documents need to be signed. Yeah, she will have a lot more to do because that's just the part of my job, but she's taking on the part of the job that they wanted to give me that I refused and I'm quitting my job over. And I don't know if she'll be ready for that because that part of the job requires a lot more of like precision. Like you have to do like background checks of people that like deal with children and stuff. Like you cannot play with this and just be like, oh, it's probably fine. Like you can't do it. And I'm scared of her just being like, nah, it's fine, no worries. I'm like, I don't know. I will probably be asked my feedback when I leave and how I feel about her. And I think she's very nice. I think she could do a really good job, but I'm a bit worried about that part of the job. If the keyboard doesn't have a numpad, the keyboard is for the trash can. Let's freaking go. High five. See, Ashley was telling me I was picky because when I was looking for a better keyboard, because mine was kind of turning to trash, I was like, I cannot have a keyboard without a numpad. Like, I need my numpad. I never use the numbers. Like, if I'm not gonna put an accent or an at or something, I don't use the numbers on my keyboard at all. I only use my numpad. Be like, oh, you could have an attachment. I'm like, I don't want one. I want it to be in my keyboard. My laptop has one too. I'm not living without my numpad. It's amazing. It's great. Like, you can go so fast. At first, she was trying to like do invoices using that. I'm like, girl, there's a whole numpad there. Use the numpad. You'll be a lot faster, okay? Because every time she has to change lines, she has to use her mouse for some reason. I'm like, use the numpad, use the arrows. You can move through your whole invoice without problem. Just do that, girl. She's stressing me out, you know? Weekend was boring. You know, it's better to have a boring weekend than have a busy weekend. You know, we take what we can in this world. I'm fine, just tired. What Doggo didn't know was I was 5 minutes away from kidnapping him. Aw, was it a cute Doggo? Unless it's the tiny pocket wireless keyboard with the touchpad on the right. That one's great for working on my do-it-yourself home server. I have actually never seen that one. I would be that as long as a numpad is included. I'm not complaining about anything. You know, it's great. Montreal was interesting. I got into an argument with several French guys who I nearly crushed with my truck because they decided to cut me off and park in the middle of the street. You know, that is such a accurate depiction of what it is to drive in Montreal. Like, I swear, yesterday we had so many errands to run and I was driving, and after I was like, I'm so happy I'm not driving because I would have gotten in a fight with at least 5 people that just stopped. Like, today I'm driving home and all of a sudden, as soon as the light turns yellow, I'm already crossing and the car in front of me starts slowing down. And I'm like, why are you slowing down on the yellow? I'm behind you and I need to get there. I'm like, why would you stop? And there was no reason to stop. There was plenty of space in front of them. I'm like, why are you doing this? So I just had to change lane. But of course, like, by the time I did all I had to do, it turned red. And I was like, I swear, if I got a ticket because of you, I would have been so mad. Because there was no reason. I was already crossing, it turned yellow, and the one in front of me decides to slow down. Why would you do that? Or the other day I'm going to work and this person, of course it was an old man, was driving at like 40 in a 60 zone. It's kilometers here. I don't know what it is in miles, but you know, it's supposed to be not too slow. That person going so slow, people trying to pass me because they think I'm the slow one, and then I see them going on the side of my car, and then they see that there's someone in front of me, and then they get back behind me. I'm like, you think that I'm the one causing the situation? No. Then I saw this car get on the highway, and I'm like, this person's gonna get in an accident, because you cannot tell me you just got on the highway and you're going 50. Like, I don't know what you're doing here, because you know, it's a rule that everybody abides for. If it's a 50 zone, you drive at 60 and you will not get a ticket. I've been driving for quite a while. I have never gotten a single ticket in my life, okay? So that's fine. Also, is it wrong of me to use both sets of number keys? No, it's not, because it has different vibes, different uses. But if you're gonna like crunch a bunch of numbers, you need a numpad. But you can use the other numbers sometimes for some things and shortcuts, you know? It's fun, I respect that. Hello, fish, how you doing? How was your day? How was your weekend? Language barriers is tough when you have to learn different writing systems. I mean, my work is all in French, so she's fine language-wise. It's just keyboard, she's not that comfortable. I was like, I mean, you can change the keyboard in the PC. You can probably not have one that writes A's or T on the letters. So it depends. Do you need to see the letters to write or not? If you're comfortable with just typing with, like, you know, you can dactylo, then you could just change it and use it. But I don't think she's there yet, you know. Wait. I'm lucky my native language uses the same letters as English. I guess being Spanish quality has a perk. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of languages, thankfully, all use letters. So, I mean, I speak French, but like, I can use your French keyboard and English keyboard. It won't change much to me. I will just be annoyed if I can do my accents. But except for that, there's shortcuts for them where you Google them and you copy paste. You know, you find ways around it. Oh yeah, man, numpad is non-negotiable. I'm happy that there are sensible people in this chat, because Aster's not one of them. So I'm like, okay, I'm not the crazy one he is. That's good to know. That's very comforting. It was weird because they cussed me out. I cussed them out, and then some lady was laughing and showed me where to buy poutine, which was good. I was so confused. What were you even arguing about? About them cutting you off? Because honestly, driving in Quebec is a time. First, the roads are trash and there's holes everywhere, and then nobody using their flashers properly. They be speeding, they be cutting you off, they don't let you in a lane when you put your flasher on to go. I was getting so annoyed getting home today, so yeah, Montreal is an interesting vibe, I guess. I prefer smaller keyboards without the numpads because my desk used to be small. Now it's wide and I got a full mechanical keyboard. Let's go, that's right, that's what's up. But keypad. I need my numpad, keypad, whatever we want to call it. It's just what's up. Oh my god, it's Zachary. Hello, how are you? How was your weekend? Montreal's buildings were really beautiful, but the city is not for me. I need my nature, my trees, my clean air, and animals. Oh yeah, I fed a moose. Okay, what kind of truck driving do you do that you had time to stop and feed a moose? Are they dangerous? I actually don't really know. Thoughts. But yeah, no, Montreal is a beautiful city, but if you're a countryside person, you will not be happy long term there. So it's funny because I was talking with a new girl and she's been in Quebec for like what, 3 years or something, and she's like, at first she's like, oh, I'm moving to the city, I want to be like experience the city properly, but now she's like, I'm so over it, I just want to move away from downtown and all that, I just want to have peace and quiet. I'm like, yeah, I personally, I don't touch grass. Ashley doesn't touch grass, so we don't live anywhere near downtown because we don't need it, and you know, we ain't rich like that. So it's like, you know, we just want to have peaceful times, maybe take a walk here and there. We're not too far from some water, so we don't need to be downtown to be happy, so we'd rather that, you know? I use both sets at the same time. I sometimes type 1 or 2 numbers on numpads followed by another one on the regular numbers, hot swapping in real time. Okay, I mean, I ain't there to judge, you know, we listen, we don't judge, but why would you do that? Like, what's the train of thought behind that? Wait. Numbers at the top of the QWERTY is for gaming hotkeys, yes. Numpad is for calculator and passwords. Yes, see, that you have to separate them like that. All in all, Quebec was interesting. The laughing lady was really sweet. We can be really sweet or really mean. So I'm happy you had a good experience with the one you met. It's a good thing. It's a good sign. I'm messaging from the hotel. I'm still during my vacation. We just went to where the snow was. Oh, you're still on vacation. Enjoy. That's amazing. Take more pictures and send it to us. I like going through it. I don't have much to say, but I enjoy seeing pretty pictures. Imagine a Floridian trying to walk through snow. It didn't work well. Well, did you enjoy it? I always forget. I was born in a country that has snow, and so it's just so normal for me. But how was it for you? Like your first time with snow, touching snow, seeing snow? Like I imagine it must be so strange the first time when you've grown up in a place that has like palm trees and everything. All of a sudden there's no leaves in the trees and it's cold and there's like wet stuff that falls from the sky and piles up, and then it just gets wet and cold and you're freezing to death. But you know, all the cool stuff from winter, you know. The lurk work from home is starting. Was it lurk? Exclamation mark lurk. Thank you for the lurk, clients. I appreciate it. Hi there, Dry Hats. How you doing? I'm Wama. Yeah, that's me. How are you? How was your weekend? I get sidetracked by cool stuff real easy, and the moose was so cute. I thought it would charge at me, but I got to pet it and the antlers were massive. Yeah, I've actually never seen a moose in real life, and I would probably be scared. Like, I've seen deers and stuff, but I don't know. It's scary how big those are, okay? Because I have one hand on the normal keyboard and the finger is already on the button. But I guess I'm like checking it out. I'm like, I don't know. I've learned how to type properly, but I've never learned like where the numbers are at. Like my numpad, I don't need to look. I know where my numbers are, but I don't know that I can just put my hand and not look with my left hand. Is that my left hand? Yeah, whatever the hand that has that side. That's big brain activities. Hello, Kita. How you doing? How was your weekend? How have you been? What's good? What's new? But yeah, I like my numpads. I don't like winter. Quebec roads are trash, but I'm happy you had a good time coming here, seeing the weirdness that we have going on here, you know. Also, I guess I haven't streamed since, but thank you so much for 1K on Twitch. Sometimes I'm scared of like doing a thank you post and stuff because you never know when it'll go. Because I think it was Tuesday, I was at 999, and then the next day I lost like 2. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay quiet about it because that's always when it all goes down. So I'm just gonna, you know, take my time with it, you know? It was great. I went to a huge medieval festival. I slept on dirt, okay, in a sleeping bag. Thank you for the precision. I had to cook on a fire. I drank mead, all the deal. Oh, that sounds fun. I like mead. I like sugar. So, you know, mead is right up my alley. I'm pretty excited because my boss didn't tell me for certain, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna give me a gift card for the alcohol shop. Because she was just like, you know, you didn't hear it from me, but what's your preference? You'd rather the alcohol shop or the mall? And I'm like, alcohol shop. Sorry. I'm just like, I don't like to shop. I never shop and I don't care. But alcohol is expensive. So I'd rather get like, you know, stack up the stuff in my pantry so I can get yummy drinks that Asher will make for me. So it's happy times. All new. I was fishing in real life. Ooh, how was it? How was your experience? I probably would never fish in real life. I'm not about that life. I'm a city girl after all. I'm not touching worms. I'm not gutting fish. I'm not doing any of that. So yeah. I know where the page up and page out downs are by feel. Yeah, that's sure. Like these, I know if I put my hands on my numpad, I know where they are from there. It works out pretty well for me, you know. A fish gummy bear, bruh. Let's see. My Canada client changed my route, so I'll be on Trans-Canada Highway all the way to Vancouver. Geez. So from here, I'll go up to Alberta and pop back on the highway and head to Vancouver. I guess you get to see most of Canada at that point because Quebec to Vancouver is quite a road. So you'll be able to say you travel almost all the places in Canada. Can add that to your map, you know? Mana, I posted more pictures and 121. At 121, it's me going through the snow. Oh, I'll have to watch that. That must be such a great experience. Hello, Kuro. How you doing? How was your weekend? How have you been? Was good? We're just yapping. I'm complaining, but also concerned about the new employee. Hopefully she does a good job. But, you know, I do like her. I think she's nice and she's a nice person. I just don't know how great she's gonna be for the job. But again, that's just not my problem. Not my problem. Very happy that it's not. I'll finish reading that and I will update you on what's happening after though. Speaking alcohol, I picked up Midnight Moonshake Chocolate Brownie Moonshine. It's really freaking tasty. The whole title like messed with my brain. Like, what do you mean? In real life, I mean, did you fish with gummy bears in real life? I have so many questions at this point, Keita. What do you mean? Like, I don't understand what the moonshine situation is. Like, was it a brownie? Was it a drink? What was it? So this work trip is gonna be fun. So any suggestions? You know, I'm a very basic turtle. I don't touch grass like that. So I mean, I live in Quebec, so I've been a bunch of places. I've been to New Brunswick. I've mostly been in Quebec, so I don't even know. Quebec is so huge. So I've been to a lot of places in Quebec, but I think New Brunswick is probably the other one I've been to. I haven't been to that many places. I've never been to Vancouver. My sister's been. Two of my sisters have been to Vancouver at least once, or one I've been twice. I don't know anything, sadly. I'm the worst like tourist guide. Like I have no idea, you know. All I could let you know about was the poutine. Where did you get your poutine though? Like, I need to know that. I fish gummy bears like playing fishing in real life. You know what? As long as you had a great time, I'm not gonna question your activities, Keita. 100% worth walking face first into cold, wet wind 300 meters to the liquor store to acquire. You know what? Sometimes some things are just worth the trouble, because it'll warm you up from the inside after. It wasn't. I almost slipped. I mean, yeah, you have to think that this is like, that can turn into ice. This can turn into dangerous times. You gotta be careful. Did you even have like boots or do you have like flip-flops? Like, what were you on? What were you doing? I love fishing. Got my dad and grandpa to take me fishing with my makeshift rod with a line and hook I bought from the store, a piece of bamboo I picked up from the dirt, and a worm I picked up myself. Well, did you get a fish? Because that would be the best experience. Not too bad. Watched Death of a Unicorn with my dad on Saturday. I've actually never heard of that. Let me Google. Because you know we're old. We don't know anything. Yeah, this doesn't ring a bell. I have never seen this. Was it good? Oh, it's Jenna Ortega. Is it new? Oh, it's new. Okay, it's okay. I didn't know about that, but it's okay. Best day of my childhood, caught myself several tilapias. Ooh, I love tilapia. Apparently my grandpa took us to someone's breeding pen. Oh, but as a child, you wouldn't know without permission. Whoopsie doo. It's okay. Nobody needs to talk about that. It's still the best day of your childhood, and that's what matters out here. Okay, that's how that works. We don't talk about details that nobody asked for. It's chocolate. It's basically like a premium chocolate milk except alcohol. You know, with that description, I'm pretty interested. I'm like, that sounds like a good time if you ask me. It's only 34 proof, so it's not super strong. What does 34 proof mean? Like 34%? Because 34% is pretty strong as far as I know. It's like usually most like liquors, I don't know, are like 40%, like whiskey and stuff. 17%, okay. I don't know what 34 proof means, but 70% makes sense. My brain can calculate that. But dangerously tasty, yeah, that's where the dangerous. But I mean, the sushi that I have usually is like 21% and it's extremely dangerous. I don't know, I would not look down on the 17% chocolate syrupy situation. That sounds like danger indeed. I had boots, mana, but they're for oil, not snow. Oh, and my girlfriend from Oregon had no issue. I threw her into the snow. That sounds like a fun time. A little bit of a tussle, a little bit of like slight like a romantic violence. You know, we take that. Grandpa's a prankster. He's got his own fish breeding pen back in the day, and this one's something he helped set up for a friend, though he didn't bother asking because he didn't have a phone. Fair enough, you know, it's fine. It's just a few fishies for his grandson. We take it. We have a grand old time making great memories for our grandbabies. You know, see, when you become a grandparent, you don't care. You'll do anything to make sure your little grandkids are the happiest they can be. And if it's by pranking a random like friend or something because he didn't want to like have a mess with his own fish, it's fine. It's worth it. It's understandable, okay? But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So I also forgot, but my dad, he works a lot during the tax season. So there's a chance that I will be going to help him after I finish work. So I finished work on Thursday. It's my last day of work. Thankfully, I am exhausted. I have to wake up. I still have to go to work every day this week, which is why my schedule is the same as last week. I'm not gonna exhaust myself any more than I already am. It is very tiring. So after that, I will be reworking my schedule. I think I will mix in some day streams. I will figure out what times work for me, but it will still not be full-blown like full-time streaming, just because I'm gonna be going to my dad's office, still helping him out to finish up the tax season. And then after that, which is probably end of April, I will be able to be like, okay, I stream every day for like 6-7 hours, something like that. So just so you know a little bit how things are going. I actually forgot, I don't know why, but I thought that this year tax season ended on like March 30th or 31st, I don't remember. But no, it's actually at the end of April. So I was like, whoopsie, oo-doo. I never asked if the boat we used was ours. We put it back where we got it. Yeah, you know, you don't ask questions. You just keep the good memories. That's how that works. Take your time on the scheduling stuff. Scheduling is really, really good. But good, hard. I mean, that's why this week I sat down trying to make my schedule yesterday, and I was like, I cannot, so I'll just decide on the day. I was like, there'll be some yap because I'm always yapping, let's be real, but I don't know what we're playing, what we're doing. I want to take it easy this week, and then I'll get into it. I know if you saw it earlier, but congrats on taking your first step of being a full-time streamer. Thank you. I am not exactly doing that because, you know, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I will still be looking for a job. I was just too unhappy with my current job. Even though, like, you know, it was a decent salary and stuff, but it was causing me, I guess, emotional distress at this point. And I was very unhappy. I was crying a lot. I was not really who I want to be. And I was like, it's a scary step, but I don't think it would be healthy for me to stay at that job. So I am not gonna go back to work, but I will have a little in-between break for now. And while I have this little time, I will take that time to focus on content and see where that takes me. Ideally, I would like to be a full-time streamer, but it's not that easy to make it. Like, not everybody can just start up streaming and then make enough to pay their bills every month. Like, I don't make money from YouTube, let's be real. Like, I make a little bit every 2 months if I'm lucky. So this will not replace my salary, but I'm like, maybe if I study a little bit more and like have a strategy and look into things more, and I'm home for a while, so I'll try to edit stuff and record stuff and try to come up with more content. Maybe there's a chance I will get my shot at it. I want to give it my best shot before I find a new job. I'm still applying to jobs when I see a job that I really, really want, or like that would really work for me. But I also know myself, and I don't have a real passion for work. Like, I've never had a dream career, so it's hard for me to find that drive to keep working. So that's why I usually burn out every 2 years. Like, I have a internal clock, and every 2 years I will burn out of a job. So it's the first time in my whole life that I'm quitting my job without another one lined up. Hello, Arthur. Hello, Solid. How you doing? How was your day? How was your weekend? But yeah, so it is quite scary for me. I have never been like just jobless. Like since I started working, either I was like, I mean, the only time I was quote unquote jobless was when I was in Japan. But before that, before and after in my life, I've never been jobless. I always work. I always have a job. I always have insurance. I always have everything settled. Like, you know, I'd be adulting like a good adult, responsible adult. So this will be the first time. And as I said, I will take it as a chance for me to try it and see if that works for me. I've been at it for almost 4 years now, and I do think I've grown and learned a lot from it. So I'm like, you know what, I will use whatever knowledge I've gotten and try to find what is that little bit, and like what is that little spice that I'm missing to make it. So, you know, I will be happy if I see your beautiful faces around as I'm doing that. And yeah, I hope you support me and lurk me or something like that when you have a minute. You have nothing better to do? Well, put me in the background. You'll hear some yapping turtles. Why not? Yeah, I'm selling myself so good. See, that's why I need help. I need a manager. Anyways. Oh, you quit your job? Let's go. Well, I mean, I am, but I will. My last day is Thursday, so I will have my liberation moment when I wake up on Friday, and I am finally free from this job. It was just not. I was very unhappy, and I know, like, in a way, it may seem like a very privileged thing that I am able to do that, and I'm not able to do it, but I'm doing it anyway, I guess is the best way to do it. It's not that I can afford to do that, it's just that we talked about it, and it was like, it's very rare for me to feel that way. I'm a very, very jolly person, but for once, I felt like my mental health was getting attacked by my job. And I was like, I am not well. I am not okay. And I need to get out of here. And since I made the decision to do it, I've been doing better, because I know that there's an end coming. So even though I'm still not happy going to work, at least I'm like, okay, well, every day that I go, I'm closer to not going. So I'm like, you know, it's gonna be all right. Mana in the background always gets me to interact, so I end up being active on chat. Wait, get played by my non-stop yapping. You know, I put a question in the title of the stream, but I haven't even asked it. We just keep yapping, and it's already been, what, 40 minutes? Great time. See, that's what you're gonna get in a few weeks. There will be a lot of yapping. I'm thinking two things. There's a chance I will probably have 2 streams a day, because I'm like, should I have a BRIB screen and then just shove food down my throat when I want to eat, or should I just have a break, or should I be like, okay, I'll stream from 10 to 3 and then I'll stream from like 6 to 10. I'm not sure what I want to do, or do I just stream from like 3 to 9? Like, it's gonna be longer stream hours per day, but I don't know if I'm gonna be doing it in one shot or 2. That's something that I randomly thought about last night. I'm like, do I want to split it? That might work, because I want to take the time to experiment with time zones, I guess, is what I want to do. I want to try like streaming at 10 a.m., streaming at 12, streaming at like 3. I want to see, is there something better for me? And at the end of the day, I still want to stream until the start time that I have right now, so that I can still talk to you guys and people. I know that most of you also work if you're in my time zone or close, so I'm not gonna just stream on an hour that you guys are not around, because I'm not really willing to lose any of you. Yeah, no, I'm possessive like that. I get you. The reason I became a long haul trucker was because I wanted to adventure and see new things. Before this, I worked a cargo ship with my buddy, along with doing my artwork on the side. That sounds awesome. You know, I wish I could do something like that you could get to like really explore and have like this little adventure feel to your job, and you feel fulfilled by it, and you also have your artistic work and passions on the side. And I think that's very cool. I just don't know if I have something like that in my life. Thank you for headband, Arthur. I don't know if I have that, but that's what I'm looking forward to have one day. I want to have a job that makes me feel as happy as I can feel your happiness through the chat that you just sent. Like you saying that, I could feel that you were happy about it. And every time you talk about your job, you just exude happiness, and that's what I want to have in my life, whatever it may be. If I make it as a streamer, amazing. If I find a job in the time that I'm job hunting right now, amazing. I am a bit more doubtful about that one because, as I said, I never had a passion. I never had a dream job. It was never a thing for me. So I don't know what job would fill that happiness gap in my heart if it's not content creation. Content creation is the only thing I've been so consistent with and consistently happy to do, because I would not be doing this if I didn't have any hope or if I didn't have any happiness doing it. I have fun. I don't have too high expectations, which is what keeps me. Because if I was like, oh yeah, in the span of a year, I need to become like able to like support myself, then yeah, we would have a problem. I would have quit 3 years ago. But since I don't have this expectation and I just want to have fun, I want to chat to people the most, because I like to play games, but I'm honestly, I prefer chatting. Like when I look at the bottom of my screen and I see all your avatars, it just makes my heart full and happy. And that's what I want. That's what I want from streaming. I want to be able to yap and talk to people, give advice when I can offer it. That's what I want. So streaming just brings this happiness to me. I guess I already answered what my favorite vacation was, and it's a memory that only resurfaced because someone mentioned fishing. I've had many resort and traveling vacations, but fishing is my fave. Well, I mean, from the details you gave me of that vacation, I understand why that would be your favorite. I feel like I've had quite a few vacations that I liked. I think the fanciest one that I was way too young to even understand how great it was as a child was my parents' 25th anniversary. They were supposed to go on a romantic cruise together, and it was great. Like we had our whole thing, because when my parents got married, they were too broke. Like they didn't have enough money to get 2 rings, so they only got 1 ring from my mom. There was nothing going on and everything. And then when their 25th anniversary came around, they have a bunch of kids and blah blah blah. They did a whole new ceremony, like nice suit, nice dress, and everything. It was a grand old time. We loved it. And then they were supposed to go on a romantic cruise together, but then they were like, we're not living without our children though. So they took all their kids with them. So we went on a family cruise, and it was so much fun. I really want to do one more cruise as an adult. I want to see what it's like, because you know, you feel so rich, you feel so fancy, and that was forever ago. So I'm like, it must feel even more fancy. You must feel like out of this world, and it's one of my best memories. It's hard to say. I struggle to say which one is my absolute favorite. Vacation-wise, my trips to Japan were never for vacation. I was always going to work on something. But while in Japan, my sister came to see me. We went to South Korea. I enjoyed South Korea. I did not like the vacation. My sister was not in her best form, so I did not enjoy the time. But I enjoyed visiting Korea. But then my other sister came to see me, and then we went all over the place in Japan, and it was amazing too. And we had the best sushi in Ginza, and then we went to Tokyo Tower to see One Piece, and it was amazing. Anyways, I get excited. I don't know. I struggle to say which one is my favorite. We also did a little road trip as a family when I was younger, and like we did not even like plan where we were gonna sleep, so we were just driving all day and we're like, we'll find a hostel or something to sleep at. And it was an adventure. I don't know what was in my parents' mind when they decided we were gonna do something like that, but it was amazing though. That's why my buddy in Japan goes truck camping a lot. He works for himself, designing websites day to day, and then goes camping. He's thinking of starting a camping channel. He definitely should. Like, it sounds so much fun. It sounds so fulfilling. It sounds like it makes you happy, and that's what I wish everybody can find in life. Like, I feel like none of us are made to do a job just to pay the bills, but at the same time, we don't have a choice. We just have to pay them bills. Like we cannot, we like, unless that's what you want. Most people do not want to be homeless, so we want to be able to pay electricity. Want to pay all the things we need to do. So we will work any job. We'll work at Costco. We'll work at McDonald's. We'll work anywhere we need to because that's what we gotta do. But the happy thing is that some people will find the biggest fulfillment working at McDonald's, whereas others will be like, absolutely not. But I feel like somewhere in the world there's something for everyone. You just gotta find it. Hello, Karen. How you doing, Froggy? How was your wedding? Not yours, but the wedding you went to. Best vacation I ever had was when I graduated high school and my aunt flew me out to Alaska for 2 months. Oh, that sounds fun. Like, you know, you finish a big milestone and then you just go somewhere very different and enjoy. That sounds fun. Best vacation was probably going out to far West Texas, swimming in a natural spring with fish. Ooh, having a longhorn destroy our Scoutmaster's tent and wedding was a shit show and it was nuts. I mean, is that a positive? I'm hoping it's positive. We love it when there's drama and tea everywhere around us, as long as we're not involved too much, you know. Getting caught on the wrong side of the river in a flash flood. Ooh, cool. We love that. So all survival scouts had to go hang out with the AC and hot food, and I had to go eat whatever they could zip line us. I mean, that is something that you don't forget about. That is a life, a canon event, as they call it. It made you who you are today, able to handle all your roof issues. Also, because we got to the Davis Mountains and see the observatories and stars. That sounds fun. I don't think I've ever actually seen that. Like, I feel like I've been to a few places where I could see like pretty stars, and I've seen maybe 2-3 what do you call them? Shooting stars in my life, and it's so entertaining. But sadly, once I was driving home and then I saw one. So like, you know, you're driving, so you cannot just be in awe. You're like, you saw it, but you're on the highway. You can't just be like, wow, I saw a star. You can't tell anybody. You can't text anybody. You didn't take a picture. It's like, no, not like this. Alright, since we're talking about vacation, I'll tell you about one. It was 2018. I quit my job, high five, and just hitchhiked the whole Russia. That is, you got the skills, no skill issue on your part. From my city to Vladivostok, I covered 10,000 kilometers one way and returned by a train. It was 7 days long train trip. 7 days on the train? I don't know if I'm willing to do all that. It's so fun. Like, I wish I had the guts. Like, I'm a scaredy cat, so there's no way I would do that. But I wish I had the guts to travel around, like, my whole province. Like, Quebec is huge. I could be on it for a while, but I ain't got the guts, and I'm not about to become a travel YouTuber to fund it and be sharing my whole life. It's scary out here. I'd be like, I'll get killed in the woods. So yeah, too much true crime in my life. Hello, Shoes. How you doing? How was your weekend? I really like feeling like a modern day adventurer, seeing and meeting new faces and making new connections. Now I got investments in Japan, so I go back a lot, and I got a business. Let's freaking go! Congrats! That's awesome! I'm proud of you. I know you don't care. I'm just a turtle, but I'm proud of you. That's awesome. I like hearing people succeeding. It makes me happy. Like, I wish everybody here success in whatever they want to do and like really achieving their dreams. It just, I don't know, it makes my heart full and happy, and it makes me hopeful for myself too. Like, you know, it gives me like hope that I will also make it somehow. It's super encouraging to hear about. 7 days back, 30 days to Vladis. I mean, you were hitchhiking, so yeah, that makes sense. You're so lucky nobody took you in their car and took you somewhere. I know we were talking about hitchhiking on Discord, and like, we're happy that Blues did it, but we're like, people are weird. Happy nothing happened, but like, suspicious times. It was a long time. Yeah, 30 days to Vladivostok sounds like a survival movie. Yeah, that's a great title. Yeah, zombies are just apocalypse either way. You know, something happens. Like, you need to write a movie, film it. I'm ready. I'm sat. I'm ready to watch it, okay? But a very beautiful survival movie. Yeah, it can be like the title and the PR for it is like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be a horror movie and stuff. And then it's just like beautiful sight of what you can see during this trip. It's like a documentary in the end. See, we have a whole business idea here, guys. We got this. We got that. All right, I forgot I have this thing on my bucket list. Go on a trip around all the Philippines. Better get in on that before I'm 30. Very much facts. Once you're 30, your life is over. So you might as well. If you're a woman, you're a hag. Everything is over. You're old. Kids call you ma'am. And all the things start when you get 30. It's a tragic time. Not survival even, just living. I was feeling like the freest person in the world. Yeah, I wish I could. I am way too scared of people. I feel like because as an introvert, I feel like this type of trip requires you to be extroverted enough to be able to communicate with people and ask people for help. Like, I don't see myself hitchhiking because I don't want to talk to the person, but if they're picking me up and doing me a favor, I kind of have to at least be somewhat social and talk and like make them have a good time or something. I don't know, just talk. I wouldn't. I don't want to talk to people. The one time, okay, I was young and dumb. I don't know why I did that, but I will just tell you that the one time I got into a stranger's car, don't ask me why I did that. I was 19 and dumb, okay? It was a creepy old man that wanted me to do stuff to him. So let's just say that from my personal experience, I would not get in strangers' cars. And I was like, let me out right now. And I would look, I'm just joking, like, let me out right now. And as soon as a red light came on, I just ran out of the car. So, you know, I don't trust people like that. And it's not like the world has tried to convince me that things could go otherwise. So, you know, I'm not gonna do all that. My weekend was good. I played the game, that game Repo. I've heard of it, but I don't have friends. So I don't play with people. So it's always funny when I see like popular VTuber or like streamer games that are multiplayer and stuff. It seems like a lot of fun, but I don't talk to people. I don't play with people. I don't want collab like that. Maybe I would be down to join a collab with someone, but I would not stream it. I would just play with people, I guess is the best way for me to participate in these. Almost 40, life is over. I'm relegated to antisocial uncle status. It's okay, you can turn it around. You can be the fun uncle, the jokey uncle that has a cool house with squeaky floors or something. I don't know. Even though my business isn't ready yet, we already helped our first person. We donated money to a small VTuber. Who needed a life-changing surgery, and we reached her goal and got her surgery. And now she's in recovery and is healing. Well, I'm so proud. Me and my business partner was part of the journey. That warms my heart. That makes me happy. You're able to have a job you like. You have, love. You have a business that's going. You get to go to Japan, and then you get to help people as well. You know, people have different definitions for success. To me, I look at you and what you tell me, because I can only trust what you tell me. And that's success to me. That's where I wish I was. I don't have the same goals or the same passions. Like, I don't like driving like that. I ain't driving a truck. But that's pretty awesome. You have every right to be doubtful of people after that. Yeah. You know, it was interesting because I was going to work one morning and I was waiting at the bus stop and it was like raining really, really bad. And I don't know why that man just stopped at the bus stop and he was like, oh, do you want to lift to the metro? And I'm like, that'd be really nice. Thank you. And that happened. And that's why when I stopped being so naive. And then again, I guess 19 was a year for me. That's the same year that 42-year-old that wouldn't tell me what his age was. He gave me like binary numbers and I was supposed to calculate what it was. He wouldn't tell me what the number was. I had to calculate it and figure out it was 42. And he was like hitting on me and then he kissed my neck. And you know, I'm still traumatized. And you know, it's been a long time. It's been many, many years. And this man still texts me every year, happy birthday. And I'm like, my man, please give up. Like, he would put his hand like either on my back or on my thigh. And I was like, that's weird. And then after that, the moment he kissed my neck, I was like, I know, nope, change your phone number. He actually does it on Facebook. I guess I should just block him. It's funny because like 6 years later or something, I was waiting for my cousin at the metro to go shop, and then that man showed up. And 6 years later, he did recognize me in the random streets, and I was like, why would you remember me? It's been 6 years, move on. Yeah. Delete Facebook. Yeah, I guess I should block him. I was like, did I ever answer? Because he texted me this year again on my birthday. And I saw it, and I was like, yeah, no, I've never opened his messages ever. But he somehow never, ever forgot about me. And if he was 42 back then, he's very old now. I don't know. I am only introverted among people who know me, but I'm open to those who are strangers who can help me and to who I can give help to. I wonder if that's strange. I don't think it's strange. I think you're just a nice person, and that's fine. Wait, he's still at it? Talk about creepy. Yeah, no, it's been years. It's been years. It was my first job. I was 19. He worked in the same call center. So like we would talk at work because back in the day I was studying electronics, and he had some kind of degree from his country. He was an Indian man, and then he had like knowledge about it. So he would help me study. So at work during lunch when I was doing my homework for like school, I was 19, and we're legal at 18 here, just saying. And like we're legal adults, and yeah, he would help me, and then we would study at the library and stuff. But I was very naive. I just didn't understand that man was hitting on me until he said goodbye. So we hugged, and then he kissed my neck, and I was like, and then he left, and I was like, oh God, oh God, what happened? I got to work, and I went to see my friend that I'm still friend with today, and I'm like, friend, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I don't want to see him. This happened. He was like, ew. Thankfully for me, he quit the job like maybe 2 weeks later, so I didn't have to work with him, but I was avoiding him like the plague. I was like, I'm not working with you. Ew, yeah, it's very much ew. Yeah, no, I forget about these stories until I don't. And then I remember him. I thought about him because he texted me happy birthday like on my birthday about 2 weeks ago, so yeah. Wait. If you got time to play Repo this weekend, let me know. I'll do you for the game. I don't even have the game. Is it free? I don't even know. I don't know if I would. Like, I don't know what I'm doing this weekend, to be honest. Because I'm probably gonna be off work. And I'm probably gonna be working on I have something to do actually on Saturday, now that I think about it. Can't tell you. I have projects going on in the background, I promise. 19 and 42. Dude thinks he's Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, he would probably have dumped me 6 years later, but no, he just recognized me in the metro instead. Dude was an absolute creeper. Wow. Yeah. So that's why, when we talk about the hitchhikers and how I'm kind of distrustful of people, I guess my innocence was kind of like tainted at that point. Like when I was 19, there was the random stranger that picked me up that traumatized me, and then there was the 42-year-old that kissed my neck that traumatized me. So now when I see creepy, well, I mean, they're not even creepy, but I'm gonna assume that most people are creepy. I'm not gonna say oh, all men are trash, no, but I know that I have had experiences, and I will have doubts when I see people, because I'm like, so all the people inside that said, no, it's not true, these things do not happen, they do. They very much do. I know that for a fact. I've had creepy experiences. It was funny because, I was also innocent. When I was in Japan, I would be on language exchange groups and stuff like that, talking with people. I'll tell you, some of them Japanese men are naughty people. They be wanting to meet you, and they want to meet you with something very much in mind, where I was like, oh, language exchange friend, yay. And then that's not exactly what they wanted. That's not what they were going for. Sadly, it was not innocent friendship, learning English. That's not what they wanted. Now that I think about it, it's not strange. People who know me expect me to act a certain way. Strangers don't, and that's why I hitchhiked, because it was a totally new experience, and I preferred it a lot. Oh yeah, I think that's good. Like, I feel like that's the fun type. Like, if you're an extrovert, when you meet new people, you get to choose how they perceive you, because this is their first experience with you, their first impression, and then you can have a grand old time instead of the people that know you and be like, oh well, I know that this person is like this, and will judge you in advance for stuff that you do. I can understand your distress. You should stick Aster on them. Oh yeah, and Aster is the most disagreeable person, so it's good when we're in the streets and people try to talk to me. Apparently, I have a very friendly face because no matter what I'm doing, people will talk to me in the street, and I don't even want to talk to people like that. But like, if there's a homeless person like begging for money, they will skip everybody and they will like beeline for me. I don't know what it is about my face, but they'll come for me. But if I would ask her, they don't, because he looks scary. People are scared of him. So even though I look like a lost child, like he's just there, so like people just avoid coming my way if he's around. So that kind of works for me. I'll try to do that way. Repo is not free, cheap though. Then I'll consider it. Like, I think if I knew I was gonna play it a lot, I would spend. But I feel like I got Supermarket Simulator last week. I want to get some more games. I'm like, I usually have a budget of about $25 a month that I allow myself to buy like games for stream and stuff. So I try not to go past it. So I'll have to think about it a little bit. Our business is Task Force Aloha. We focus mostly on veterans, but we help everybody in need. As a native Hawaiian, Aloha is so much more than words. It's the genuine feel and act of caring and giving. That's nice. I hope I can give you help in some way one day, Mana, but we are spreading words of you and a couple others like crazy. That's so sweet of you, and that's what I want the most. I want people to talk to. So if you send people my way, I'll be happy. You know, it's so funny because I'm always so confused when I get subs, because I'm like, where did you come from? Like, I got like maybe 4 or 5 subs over the weekend. I'm like, what did you, how, why are you there? I'm always like, why are you there? How did you get there? I'm checking my analytics and I'm like, did they watch a video that they liked? Can I understand why people are there? And then I realized that also there are some people that talk about my streams or random videos and share stuff, and they may bring some traffic. And I'm always very grateful when I think about it, because I'm just like, I don't understand how someone is just on YouTube and will randomly follow me or so, like sub to me. I'm confused out here, okay? I started just contrarian, I think. Me too sometimes. Like, I mean, not contrarian, he's not agreeable, I think is more the term. Even though like as a person, Aster's a sweetheart. Like we bully, we banter all the time, but he's just a sweetheart. But he knows how to not be too agreeable and how to like shoo people away, usually as nicely as he can. But if someone's getting annoying, he's not gonna be shy to tell them. Like, just like we banter, or like he like trashes on you guys in chat sometimes, those are jokes. But he can also do that in real life. So, you know, I feel very safe. He's gonna take care of the weird people in the streets if we're out. So at least I feel safe. He can protect me. I want people to perceive me as a scary adult so they don't talk to me. But for some reason, my big burly tough guy becomes friend shape. So children come up to me for uppies. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. I love it. This relationship of like small kids liking really big like tall man. Like, I have a little cousin, he's 3. He's the smallest thing ever, and he's the cutest baby, and I love him so much. And then there's my brother-in-law is 6'5", and he's like a big like teddy bear man. And for some reason the kids like him all the time. I guess to them they just get to see a whole new world when he picks them up. So he's just like, they look at him, and like, this child is like the size of my brother-in-law's forearm. But then he sees him, and then he sits on him, and it's the cutest thing. It's just so small, like he could eat him whole. Okay, it's just so adorable. The contrast of it all is great. But thanks to that, my nieces are also very tall for their age, so they still like act like they're small, but they're not. So it's really strange to see how they develop and like act like small sized children, but they're not. And it's so cute, but at the same time I feel bad for them. I was like, at their age, my dad was still picking me up doing things, but I can't pick up my niece. She's almost as tall as I am, and she's about to be 10. I'm like, you're almost as tall as I am. I can't pick you up anymore, sadly. I'm so sorry. Like, she didn't get a lot of that. The only person that can still like pick her up properly is her dad. because she's tall and strong enough for it. But all our aunts, grandparents, we can't anymore. It's tragic. Well, children seek protective figure who is acting friendly. That's why Clarence is a kid's magnet. Yeah, that goes. Aster though is kids tend to be two things. They're either like mesmerized when they see his face, so like they're gonna be shy because they don't understand and like they're curious but they don't want to go too close, or they might just be scared and run. It's one of the two reactions here, so you know there's always that going on. You know? It's true. Like if kids run to you, it's because they feel safe with you, which is a badge of honor if you ask me. Like I'm like, that's not bad. I have a responsibility to never disappoint now. Yes, you're a safe teddy bear to kids. You gotta make sure they always know they can come to you and they'll be safe and they'll be happy and everything. So you know, protect their beautiful little hearts with their little paws of hands. I don't know, babies. I love them. I want them. You know, it's such a weird thing. I want kids. I guess I will not be ready for kids until the child is here. It's like, I want a child and that has been something, like, I mean, I want at least 2, but I'm just like, I think about all that comes with it and the responsibility and like, and then I get overwhelmed thinking about it. I'm like, oh my God. There's so much, there's school, emotions, teenagers, like the diapers era, not sleeping, pregnancy. I'm thinking about all these things and I get overwhelmed and I'm like, oh God. So I'm like, I feel like I need to have the baby in my hands to be like, okay, everything's gonna be okay. Baby is there. Now I'm committed. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be all right. Before that, sometimes I think about it like, maybe I shouldn't have kids. Maybe it's too much trouble. Maybe it's too much work. But I'm like, no. I need to stop being scared. I want children. I've always wanted them. I want to have my little babies and raise them with all the love. So like, nah. We're spreading word on YouTube, X, Insta, TikTok, Facebook, and Snapchat. We're in full swing with spreading the word for the social media game. Dang, you guys are fancy. You're probably doing a better job than I am, so I will thank you very much for that. I am so bad at advertising myself. Again, another thing I want to work on while I'm home. I'm gonna do my best, but I hate using Twitter. I don't like Twitter like that. I'm like, Twitter is such a place. Like, if you blow up on Twitter, it can be an amazing time, but it can be a time. Like I saw more drama today. I got home and I was reading some threads and people doing threads on people and stuff. I'm like, guys, it was never that deep. And people are reaching sometimes and you're like, my God. At least the people that get in the middle of controversy always win, honestly. They always win, no matter what. I think there's only one person I saw getting canceled, but they got canceled from all sides. Like, usually there's like a good side and a bad side. Like, everybody got united canceling that person because nobody agreed what they did. And to this day, I don't think they're winning that much. So there's that. But that's the only case I've seen in the last 4 years-ish. Wait. The last time I saw him, my former boss had 10. Oh, the wife. I'm like, she pushed all that. I'm like, I want to have a lot of kids. I don't know, my body can do all that. Like, I mean, I'm old now, so it's not like I could have 10 even if I wanted to. But I don't see myself. I just thinking about the pain of pushing one is stressing me out. And I'm like, oh God, oh no. 10 is a bit too much for me. When I was younger, I wanted 5, then I wanted 4, now I want 2. Like, as time goes by, you gotta readjust, you know? The first time this happened was when a schoolgirl automatically held my hand while watching to cross the street. Wait, I knew she wanted me to take her across. I did, and she said the sweetest thing. Oh, that's so cute. Why is this is something you see in a K-drama? What do you mean? That's adorable. Mana, you're so different from all the VTubers who don't want to continue their bloodline to have kids. Even my Oshi is one. You're an inspiration. I mean, you know, I'm not here to like tell people that everybody should do that, but I know that this is one of my life dreams and life goal. And I don't think anybody should be shy to say so. Like, as I said, like, my lore is very accurate to my real life dream. I do want to be a housewife. It is that in this economy, it's not that easy to do. But if there was any way for me to just stay home and make a home and be a housewife, I would be the most fulfilled. That's why I say, like, I never had a dream career, because my dream career was to be a housewife. But the thing is that, well, you can't do that alone. And second, you need to have money, because you can't be a housewife if we don't make enough money to pay them bills and have a roof on our head. So, you know, that's why I'm trying to find ways to achieve my goal. Yeah, basically, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to find a way. That's why content creation is such a good thing that if I could manage to do, I would be very happy with, because that would allow me to stay home and quote unquote work, because I wouldn't see it as work, because that would be me entertaining people and talking to people. I don't see it as a job, but then I would be home. So like, even if I needed to, like, you know, be, oh, well, give me a few minutes, I need to like feed my baby, I can do that. That's the luxury of doing content creation without the stress of owning a business and managing employees and doing all the things that come with it. When you're a content creator, like for me, I would not also believe that, oh yeah, that will feed me for the rest of my life. Like, you know, if I made money, my idea would be first to invest so that I am secure for my retirement, so that if YouTube was to crash out and I get canceled tomorrow, I'm still okay. So, you know, that's all the thoughts that go into it for me. Like, I don't do it for the money, but if money came, it would just be my dream come true. And I just understand that this is the dream come true of so many people. That's why there's so many YouTube channels and so many Twitch streamers and everything. And some people make it, some people don't. I just hope to be one of them one day. That's basically my goal. But I have no problem. If people don't want to have kids, I would rather they don't have them and mistreat them. So, you know, that's what's up. I want to use Blue Sky or Canva more often, but people are still more active on Twitter, so I had no choice but to come back. Yeah, Blue Sky didn't do much for me. I don't see a lot of posts that I am interested in interacting with. There's some features that are not there, and it doesn't keep me in the know. I'm mostly on Twitter because I will never miss anything. When something's trending, is trending worldwide, I will not miss it. Whereas on Blue Sky, I need to open it and remember, and like, I don't just see things that interest me. Whereas on Twitter, it happens for me. I guess my For You page just works for me most of the time. So I see most things that I'm interested in. So I would not fully move to Blue Sky because I don't think I have anything to gain as a content creator specifically. Like, I don't have any reach. I don't get any interaction. It does nothing for me. So I'm just like, you know, I have it because it's good to have, you know, tip your toes in all the things. But, you know, I don't think I want to focus on it. I want to focus on my streaming platforms, which are mainly YouTube and then Twitch. That's where I want to put my energy towards. So like, Twitter is just a background thing, the same as Blue Sky. I want to be a house husband. I watched a Korean sitcom about a house husband. It looked fun. And then there's that manga way of the house husband. You know, get yourself a girl boss and she'll be happy to make you a house husband. I want the opposite though. So Aster cannot come to me and tell me he wants to be a house husband. I'm like, I was first. I said it first. It cannot be you. You know that former Japanese Prime Minister marry and reproduce meme? Yeah, that's me. That's me. He'd be very happy with me. I want to do exactly what he wants. It'd be nice. But the thing is, like, I mean, he could have done that and say, like, you know, marry and reproduce and I'll give you money to live. Then it would have worked probably better. I would have probably wanted to move to Japan at this point. Like, oh, you're gonna do that? Let's go. Awesome. Alrighty, y'all. This cowpoke's gonna hit the hay. And just know we're in your corner, Mono. Take care, stay blessed, and I'll see you soon. See you soon, Wayward. It was nice to see you. It had been a while. Good to catch up. Stay safe on the road. No delinquency. We stay safe, we sleep enough, and we have fun, and we continue our dreams. Blue Sky BS for sure. Didn't stick with me at all as well. People here are specific, sometimes acting haughty and being gatekeepers, some are simply obnoxious. Can't say that X doesn't have the same people, but the concentration is just very different. On BS is much higher. Take care, Wayward. Have a good night. I guess, I don't know. I have not been on Blue Sky enough to be able to say that. Like, the only people I know there are VTubers that I saw. Because, again, I never had Twitter before becoming a VTuber. So what I see and what I got is VTuber stuff. I get VTuber tweets. I get VTuber trending topics. That's what I see on Twitter. On Blue Sky, I followed a few VTubers that mutuals of mine. So I see some VTuber stuff, and then I see very random stuff I have no interest in. So I haven't taken time to observe either the type of people that are there or the type of posts that are there. I guess I just don't care enough. I'm just like, it's a platform. I'm a content creator, so I'm gonna be there. And I guess when you get big enough, you have the luxury of choosing which platforms you want to use or not. When you're smaller, you try everything and see what sticks. That's pretty much how that works. Japan's issue is not money. It's their abysmal work culture, yeah, and extreme xenophobia. Well, you know, as someone that lived there for a year, I wouldn't think that, like, it's like, if you talk to the day-to-day Japanese person, you wouldn't feel like any xenophobia like that. I did have people like getting up and like going away in Tokyo when I would sit on the train or be there. People didn't want to be next to me because that's just what's up. I'm a foreigner, sure. I didn't take offense to it. I've encountered maybe 2 racist people in a whole year. So it's like, you know, I wouldn't say that it's the whole population. What is this noise I see? What is this? Wait, did I miss something? It's Twig! Hello Twig, my beloved. How you doing? How was your weekend? How have you been? It's my beloved, beautiful, gorgeous Twig. How are you? How was your day? What was I saying? Yeah, so when you're in Japan, I can't say that this is something that you see a lot. Also depends on where you are. I feel like people in the countryside are a lot more open-minded, and if you really want open-minded, honestly, you go to Osaka and then you'll be fine. People are very happy to see and learn about new cultures and stuff. I have a bunch of friends that went to Japan and got married and have babies, and are very happy over there, living for years now. So I'm like, you know, it's not as bad as it seems once you go yourself and get to see the people. It's like every country has their bad people. Even if it seems to be ingrained in the culture, it's not necessarily a fact. There's a lot of diversity of people over there, I guess, in their way of thinking, their way of living, and everything. Sorry. How is my beloved? I am good. 3 days to go, Twig. 3 days to go. And I will be jobless. It's happening. But in the meantime, I'm really busy going to work every day and training the new person. But 3 more days, and I'll be free for a little bit. I've curated my Twitters to some degree, so all I see are VTuber banters and fan arts. Good. Though I do witness stuff like community disagreement between fan bases. It happens often in big corporation spaces. Oh yeah, that happens. Between the big corpos, there's always gonna be some fighting people, and then people trying to cancel each other for whatever unholy reason. I'm telling you, every day someone's getting canceled about something for their model these days, and I'm like, my god. People, there's so many more important things in life. That's not what's up, you know? I crashed my water testing things. You know, am I surprised coming from you, Twig? That sounds like a very, very, very normal thing. You're always trying too many things. I know you'll fix it, and I know you'll figure it out, so it's fine. Wait, what do in Marco? Zawarudo. Yeah, no, it's a VTuber program. Oh my god, the envy. JK, I have products to pay for. Yeah, you know, I still have stuff to pay for, but I'm living YOLO. Good. Corpo VTuber drama is crazy. Honestly, I haven't heard that much. I saw some new model debuts recently. I saw a lot of graduations recently, tragic times, but I haven't seen that much drama, except for the carpools that go down in fire and like they fire everyone and then they leak the people's graduation and stuff. I've seen a bit of that a few weeks ago, but that's about it. The way I see it, through my hitchhiking experience, there are much more good people than bad people. The latter are just more noticeable. Yeah, you don't forget. Like, you may forget a few nice people, but you will never forget the real bad ones. Bad people would never stop a car near me to give me a ride. Unless they want to do something unholy to you. I'm just saying. That man that picked me up because it was raining did not have the greatest intentions, as you can see. So, you know, it depends on the setting. And I guess it is one thing that I don't like to say, like, oh yeah, being a woman is so hard. But the reality is that we do live with a different perception where we're most of the time gonna be weaker than whoever tried to attack us. And if you're naive like I was when I was 19, you end up in a situation like I did. And there's nothing I could have done. If that man had actually been a serial killer, like he had a gun or a knife, that would have been the end of me. You would have never met the turtle out here. So I was lucky that he was just a pervert. He could have been way worse. I was not watching true crime by then. I was not savvy enough to know that it was not. I mean, I guess it was stupid. I was old enough to know that it was not a good idea, and I don't know. I was just so distressed by the rain. I decided to get in that car, you know. Well, there was a time, one or two, when questionable people stopped the car. I felt them. I said no. Yeah, good. You had a good radar. Because, you know, I watch so much true crime of what happens. People pick up hitchhikers and then we never see them again, down a thing. And I'm like, you know, I'm happy that this was not your case and that nothing happened to you. Because like, I'm not saying that it's most of the time, but nah. And especially as a woman, like if someone had bad intention and picked me up, and not even just as a woman, as a weak woman, I'm a weak woman. I can't fight for my life. Like if I try to punch someone, it'll be like a wet noodle and I'll cry about hitting someone. I'm very non-violent. As I keep saying, like I realized how non-violent I was when I had karate classes at some point. Around the time I was 18, 19, I guess I discovered so many things about my life at that point. And then we had to like just like battle each other. And like they had a whole mattress to protect themselves. But I could not do it. I could not hit someone, even though I knew it wouldn't hit them. But like, I couldn't kick them. I couldn't punch the mattress that they were holding. And that's when it hit me. And I was like, oh no. If something happens, I can't defend myself. I'll get like super weak and super stressed out. And I will not be able to defend myself. I will be the wet noodle that gets scared and falls on the ground and dies. That's me. And I was like, oh, well, it's good to learn about yourself and the things that you can and cannot do. And this is definitely a thing. I cannot fight for my life. So there's that, you know. And I had a big backpack and a big black stick with me. And you were a man. So like you had many things going for yourself that I would not have had. So I'm just happy. Like, you know, I will never tell people not to do things like that at adventures. I will always be scared inside though. Like I wouldn't, like if I had someone I know that told me that they were about to go backpacking somewhere, I'd be like, you sure? Like, you sure you want to do that? Like, you sure you don't want to, like, go to a resort where you don't get out and you have no chance of, like, finding a random person? Even though some people get killed on resorts, but it's slightly safer feeling? Maybe. I don't know. And if they decide to go, I'll be praying. Like, I don't know. I'll be scared. Like, my sister went on a solo trip, and I was scared the whole time. I was stressed out. Like, what if she doesn't make it back to her hotel? Like, I mean, I don't know. I was like, you better text me anytime you go out and when you get home, because like it's a solo trip. If something happens, I can't even do anything about it. But I need to know that you disappeared. I need at least to be like, well, she said she left at 9 a.m. and then it's 9 a.m. the next day, and she never said she made it back. Then yeah, I'm gonna have a whole fit and panic about it. Like I will not be okay, you know. That stick was monopod and also like a walking cane. Yeah, I mean, it's some type of weapon, we take it. We accept any type of weapon is better than nothing. At least you can create some distance even if you're not hitting. And then, you know, I would be the type to like try and push the person with the stick, and then they grab it, and like I would be destabilized, whatever the word is, and just panic and cry. Yeah, I'm not the one you want to trust in a dire situation. If like when it comes to violence, I guess. Because when something is scary, I will actually get very silent. I may panic inside, but you will not necessarily see it on my face. But if someone is like coming at me trying to punch and hit me, I'm just gonna be crying and bawling, and I will not defend myself for my life. So you know, that's why I have Aster. I've been in too many fights, and I know I can't tank blunt force trauma. Was able to wrestle out of grapples though, so that's nice. I mean, at least you know that you have some survival skills. You know, we take that. I got none. So if I get attacked, know that the turtle will go in peace. And yeah, about contacting people, I always kept contact with my mom and with my 2-3 friends. I send them my location and photos of my whereabouts, no exception. See, that's good. I told my sister to text me and she didn't even do it. She didn't do it. You're better than my sister. I'll tell her that I have a chatter that's better than her. I keep a long umbrella with me whenever I walk out. It's not for the weather. It's to keep stray dogs at bay. I've never thought about that. If there's one thing that we do not have here, it's stray animals in general. Like you might see a random cat that has no collar. That's about it. Even though we do have wild turkeys right now, just roaming my mom's neighborhood, and they live in a neighbor's tree. And I'm still so curious because I don't know why I assumed that turkeys don't fly because they're so huge. But considering that their nests are up in the trees, they do. But I've never caught one actually flying, and I'm so curious. I just want to see them fly to their nest. It just sounds like such an experience to see. And I don't know, where are they gonna go in summer? Gonna still stay in the trees once there's a bunch of leaves? I don't know. I'm curious. They appeared like last winter, and they've been just living in my mom's neighborhood. So sometimes they try to attack the cars and stuff. It's very funny to me. When I drove to Texas, I let my mom and dad know where I was when I stopped for the night and when I got going in the morning, so they at least had an idea where to look if something happened. Exactly. See, I'm happy. I have very sensible people in my chat. Nice job indeed. People that think about other people's feelings, because you may feel safe, but other people are not with you. They don't know where you're at and what you're doing. If someone kidnapped you, we need to know when you were last heard. If you got an accident, like it's not even about kidnapping all the time. Sometimes you can, like your car got hit or like you got in a ditch or something. You never know what happened. At least we can be, well, last time I spoke to the person was this time, so they should have been around that spot, and maybe we'll find you in the ditch, you know? Stray dogs in the Philippines are common. They come in packs, and in packs? I'm scared of dogs, I would panic. And usually don't bother with humans, good. But I don't want to take my chances. When there's a territorial dispute, they heckle passerby. Yeah, no, that would not be good for my non-existent anxiety. I think it would like just make it be born inside me, and I would not be happy with that situation. I am not the biggest lover of dogs. They scare the life out of me. I can sometimes like pretend everything is okay and like walk past them and everything, but I don't like them more than that. They stress me out, and I'm kind of allergic as well. So I'm like, you know what? I don't take a chance. I don't roam around them like that, you know. We don't have government departments for handling all of them, so we just live with them. You know, at this point, what are you gonna do? Like, I feel like it's a very Western thing to be in a country where there's no stray animals, because here we're just like, oh yeah, there's a stray whatever, and they'll come and pick it up and put it where it's supposed to be, or like in a shelter or something. But I feel like the rest, like most like countries like where there's a lot of animals, like a lot of jungle, a lot of forest and stuff, they can't really be monitoring all of that. Like I think I did see one tanuki in Japan. and I saw a bunch of things, but I live next to a mountain and next to a forest, so it was bound to happen that I would see things like that. One thing I learned about the stray dogs: don't show aggression back to them, but always keep every dog away from you and don't let them come from the back. Keep every dog in sight. They wait until you look away, but if they see that you're away, they'll understand that it's a bad idea to mess with you. Well, I'm taking notes for the one day I end up having to have a tussle with some stray dogs. I'll be ready. I'll probably just scream a while and like Aster handles it, but I'll be there for moral support internally. There's a lot of stray cats and dogs in my neighborhood. Really? I guess it depends. I guess I live in a very, bustling city. Even though my sister used to see rabbits, and she lived downtown, so I don't even know how that happened. Because there's no park, there's no nothing. I know next to my high school when I was younger, we had like some random, what do you call them? Wild chicken in a park. They just lived there in the middle of the city, and you're like, my question is always just like, how did they get there? Like, I don't mind that they live in the park, but were they put there? Or did they walk and like cross the roads and like all the things, and then they just made it to a random park and just decided to live there? Like, what happened there? I also tell my mom and dad that when I arrived and left my workplace, they made me do that now because once I've lost my phone to a thief and my dad has chased them to unknown parts of the city. See, I would judge you, but I got into a random men's car because it was raining. So who am I? I do not have the credentials to judge you about this, sadly. I would love to, but I can't. Oh, and very pretty gray foxes. Ooh, I've never seen a gray fox. That sounds pretty. It's like all the VTubers. Only a couple, but they're gorgeous. They must be. Also, lots of stray dogs here. Many dogs in general, but stray dogs, street dogs are pretty chill. It's such a weird thing to think about because I'm trying to imagine what life would be in my city if I would just see random stray dogs. Because we have a lot of squirrels, we have a lot of little things like that. And you see them, and you also see them on the road sometimes, sadly. We have deers and stuff. But I don't see like dogs and cats, even in my neighborhood. I don't think I've seen at least 1 or 2 cats roaming at night, like looking out my window, but I don't even know if they're actually strays or if they have a house and they're just out for the night to do stuff, because some people do that. I know that there is 1 cat in my building. Someone is allowed to have one, but I'm like, they're always in the apartment, so we never get to see the cat. But Aster's always squealing. You're like, where's the cat? Very happy every time you catch a glimpse of it in the hallway. So yeah. Sometimes I think it's let out into the hallway once in a while, and we get to see it at that time. I didn't find them though. Wait, what? I just gave up and walked out. Oh, the thief. But mom and dad were actually pissed at me, as they should, honestly. Like, what you mean you're just gonna follow a thief? They could be so violent. What do you mean? Hello, Red. How are you? How was your weekend? How have you been? Oh yeah, there were so many squirrels. There are so many squirrels. My sister-in-law has named them Universally Pancake because they like to lay on the dirt under one of our trees as flat as possible. And that's so cute because, squirrels are so fluffy. Also, it's so funny because I don't even know why, but I register, whenever I think about a squirrel, I think about Vector. It's like together. So the other day, Esther and I are looking out the window and stuff, and we're like, oh, a squirrel, it's Vector. And we don't even know why we connected to Vector, but it's so funny. I see when I think about Vector, and I love this connection in my brain. I love how adventure-seeking cats are. Yeah, do you ever see the cats that have the cameras attached to their neck and then you just see what they do in a day? It's absolutely mesmerizing. Like, there was one cat that was just going around terrorizing all the other cats in the neighborhood before he went back home. It's like, why do you harass everybody like that? And then he just runs after them and then beats them up and then he goes home. And it's like, but why? Like, why are you doing all that? I do love cats. Totally not biased or anything. Of course not. Why would you be biased? Like, I'm sure fish doesn't like cats. Like, why would he? Like, that'd be weird, you know? Did he lay belly up? That would be so funny. Yeah, I saw it. It's just so funny. Like, why are you such a menace? Like, let the other cats live their life. Nose belly down, all four limbs wide, trying to be as flat as possible. It's kind of adorable. It is very adorable with their fluffy tails. And it's so funny how squirrels are just cute rats. They're just the rat's cousin, but they're fluffy. So we're like, oh, they're cute. And then we see a rat and we're like, no, thanks. No, none of that. Oh, that's cute. That's just fine. Oh, wait, are we talking about, yeah, we're talking about the squirrels laying flat. Yeah, they're cute, so that's fine. He does it for the love of the game. Yeah, but my man, I saw this poor cat just sitting there having a grand time, resting, napping, and then this cat just shows up like, ree, and then just runs after you to beat you up. For no reason. What do you mean? Squirrels are rats with pretty privilege. Very good description of it. Rats are cute though. I am not a fan. I don't live for the rats. I think it's the tail. It really is the pretty privilege of having a fluffy tail. So maybe they have a very disgusting rat tail going on under that, but it's fluffy. So it's fine. Some squirrels are small capybaras. Some are just fluffy rats. Yeah, but they're cute because they're fluffy and they have really big round eyes. And it's the little hands when they're eating. It's just cute, okay? I can get behind squirrels. The rats can go. No, I'm not down for that. They scare me and then they get in your house and they traumatize you like they did in my house when I was younger. At some point, we had a leak somewhere and then there were a lot of rats and then I heard them all, I heard at least 20 rats running in my ceiling while I was trying to sleep in my bedroom. I did not sleep in my bedroom for months. I was like, I'm not about that life. I went to sleep with my sister for months. I was like, I'm not living this life. I'll be like, in the ceiling when you're laying down on your bed, because I was like, what's gonna happen is gonna be like Ratatouille and then the ceiling is gonna fall down and they're all gonna fall on me, and I'm like, absolutely not. Hello, Big Bird, how you doing? So I was talking about my rat trauma, you know, casual, or you're just putting it in there. I'm with you, Karen. You know, rats are good pets. Only bad thing is they live only 3 years and they'll also eat anything. It's a bit scary. I actually found the most adorable field mouse once when I was at the range. Took a video of them scribbling through the grass cutely. Mouse I can get behind. Not rats. Mouse is I can see the cuteness factor in here. That's about it, okay? I heard about it spending one random viewer's vacation that likes the stream. Of course. Please like the stream if you haven't yet. Speaking of squirrels and rats, there is a rodent I've always wanted to see, Pilandok. I grew up with a children's book starring a Pilandok character. I thought it's a meme. I didn't know it's a species. I don't know. Let me Google that. Pilandok. Oh no! Oh no! My nieces showed me that the other day. My sister and I were like, ew. It's like a mini deer. I think in French it's called like a miniature deer or something. And we're like, this is scary. It's a mouse deer. And I'm not about that life. I'm like, no, yeah, it's a mouse deer. I don't like that. I think you watch too much Ratatouille. You say that until you hear a horde of rats running above your head on your ceiling when you're laying down on your bed. Then you tell me I watch too much of it, okay? Oh my god, yeah, mouse deer. Never heard of it. I had never heard of it until my nieces were showing me pictures of it the other day, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. Yeah. They're like, yeah, we learned about this in school and stuff, and I'm like, yeah. I'm doing good, thanks, and you? I'm doing pretty good. Yapping away. 3 more days to go before I quit my job. I saw Village People on Saturday. What is Village People? Is it actual village people? Or are we talking like a movie? I don't know how to calculate this. Let me Google. Oh, it's a music group. Yeah, I was far off, no matter what. Oh, that's cool. I haven't been to a concert since 2022. I saw Stromae, and that was the last concert I ever went to. I haven't been anywhere else. They're the people that sing YMCA. I see YMCA. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da. YMCA. Na 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 na. Yes. Welcome back, Drahas. How you doing? Did you do good stuff while you were lurking away? That's what the cat is for. It went for the mouse ear. I don't know what this is related to. Oh no! All the rats in my ceiling. No, there was too much. The cat would have been overwhelmed by the amount of rats. Like, we had a lot of rats running in our ceiling. It was a problem. Someone, like, the city mist evolved with a drain somewhere, and it made it be open, and that's why the rats were getting in our kitchen. So they were in all, like, the vents. Like, I'm pretty sure I've told the story before, but, like, one day I get up and I'm getting ready for work. And I go in the kitchen, pack my lunch, all my things. And as I'm leaving the kitchen, I just feel like I'm being watched. And I'm like, something's weird. So I turn around, and there's a freaking rat standing on the oven top, looking at me. And I'm just like, no. I'm like, well, it's time to get my dad. Call my dad. I had an uncle that lived in the house at that point. And I'm just like, no. And then I heard let's just say a violent battle. Let's just say that the rat did not win. And then my uncle was fresh off Haiti, you know, he has no problem dealing with this type of problem. So he thought it was very hilarious. The best part for me was definitely my sister screeching, but she, you know, she's scared, but she's mesmerized. So she's just screeching, but with a big smile on her face. And she's still staying in the kitchen. I wasn't in the kitchen while they were fighting this stuff in the cupboards. I was like, I'm not doing this. But my sister was there screeching and getting closer to get a better look at the action. I cannot, like, every time I tell her, she's like, no, I didn't do that. I'm like, yeah, you definitely did. I don't know what's wrong with you, but that was definitely a thing that you did. And it's always very hilarious to me. She had a weird time. Yeah, no, the rat season in our lives was not the best. Quit, I thought that you got fired. I mean, it's a mix-up, but it's fine. I won't get into details, though. It's called chevauter de balabac in French. Yeah, something like that. But my nieces speak English a lot, so they just told me it was a mouse deer. So it was like a mini deer. Yeah. Their legs are so slim for their bodies. Yeah, and they have the teeth that are coming out the side of their mouth. So it's like, I'd rather not see this thing. It scares me. I don't want to see it in real life, but it's a bit disturbing to me. And Macho Man. I don't think I know that one. I really just know YMCA. I was at work doing boring stuff. I was doing that and a lot of yapping. As I said, I'm so not used to yapping for hours. When I work, I usually just do my own thing. I only go twice a week anyways. But like having to train someone is taking all my energy because I have to talk the whole day, all day. And I'm so over it. And I feel like I haven't even been through all the information I need to tell her. There's something new that pops up every day that I'm like, oh, I need to tell her about this. I need to teach her how to do this. And I'm like, my God, I'm tired. I cannot. Epic boss battle. Yeah, big boss battle with my dad and my uncle that ended in a plastic bag. And I was like, I'm not cleaning the mess that happened because there was a bloody mess going on in there. It's like, you know, there's a cupboard above the kitchen fan over the oven. That's where the whole battle happened with a broom. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to know exactly what happened. Look up musk deer. They're also pretty unique. Let me see. Musk deer. Deer gold. Yeah, no. No, 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 no. What are these? What are these? They scare me. It could be so cute, but then it's gonna be a vampire and then it's gonna kill you. What are these? What are these animals I've never heard of? Like, what do you mean? Ugh. No, this scare me. It's gonna come and like pluck my nose or something. No. The mess? Yes, there was a mess. I saw the mess. I did not clean the mess. I'm telling you, it was a violent battle. I was not 19 for once. I think I was probably a bit younger than that. I think I was like 17, 18 when that happened. So yeah, I know that most of my traumatic events with strangers happened when I was 19. I was probably 17, 18 when the traumatic rat situation happened. Wait, actually, I can't tell what age-ish I was, I think. Wait. I was 18. Whoops. You saw nothing. I was 18 when that happened. Whoever cleaned the mess got traumatized. Nah, see, that's the thing about Caribbean parents and uncles. They're used to that. They've seen worse in Haiti, so they don't care. To them, that's very like, yeah, that I used to do that every day, you know? My dad was so funny. Like, when he was a kid, he would have fun, like, throwing mangoes at stuff that attacked him. So one day, he climbed up a mango tree and he was eating mangoes, even though he was not supposed to because I don't think it was his, but at this point it didn't matter. But all of a sudden, I don't know, what are they called? You know, Timon, I guess, and Pumbaa? The Timon stuff. I don't know what they're called in English, but whatever that is, they started like ganging up because they were like getting together to like beat up on my dad. My dad got scared. So he started throwing them mangoes. And then one of them like got one in the belly and it went rolling with it. And then it scared the others. And then my dad was able to escape their attack that they were about to do on him for the mangoes. But it was always a great time. And the meerkats, yes. The meerkats, whatever you pronounce that one. That's what they were, and they were trying to attack my dad. So he threw them mangoes. And then it made them roll away, so you know. Yeah. It was the Timon, so it was a meerkat. Okay, I'm getting nightmares of Mana head floating around. What? What? That never happened. What are you talking about? Oh, wait, let me kill it. That's like a vampire deer. Very much so. By the way, what's your take on tarsiers? Some say they're cute, but I think they're freaking. Today we're learning about animals. That's what's. They make me uncomfortable. I can see the argument for them being cute, but what's going on with them eyes? Like, I feel like if that looked at me, I would cry for a week. And the hands, oh no, not the hands are creepy, no. Like, there's some pictures of them that I can see the cute factor for. But others, when you see the little details on the hands and feet, and then you add the eyes to this. Oh my goodness, that's terrifying. I don't want to see this anymore. Let me close this tab. No, that's not for me. Sorry. For people that like them. And I was a long way hard. Well, the thing is, I know this song, but in French, so it wouldn't help me, but yeah. It feels hard to say. Lorsque j'étais jeune facochère. Yeah, he was a facochère. Or Lion King 1.5. You know what's funny? I grew up watching the Timon and Pumbaa TV show. I'm guessing they came after the Lion King, but it was so funny to have all the lore and backstory to them. So I never really watched the Lion King with the same eyes because I'm like, but they have a whole story and friendship going on and that I know about that not a lot of people I know actually watch the shows, but I grew up watching it and then we learned about how smart Pumbaa actually is. But like Timon was so insecure about it that he unplugged his brain. It's just such a great time. It's just a great time. I will never forget. I would need to rewatch the whole show. It was so good. Oh yeah, the TV show. It was not bad. It was great. I never forgot about that. These are nocturnal lesser primates. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. See, they're nocturnal because you're not supposed to see them. Just let them be their own interesting self at night. Just leave them be. Their eyes are very sensitive. Flash photography can kill tears. See, I've heard of that. People going to take pictures with flash and then killing them. And I'm like, nah. I mostly just have cursed animal knowledge. The internet has tainted me. Yeah, see, you have that. I have very good knowledge on all the drama that goes on. I am, how do you call it? Chronically online. It's not healthy, but what am I gonna do about it now? I'm a VTuber. You cannot escape my fate. And they eat insects. That's fine. I don't care about what they eat, but I don't want them looking at me though. I don't want to see that. That's me when my friends have snacks and I want some, but I'm too shy to ask. I mean, if it's my friend, I'm not shy to ask, but I'm good at having the eyes that lets you know that I want to try. So people usually just offer, oh, do you want to try? I'm like, yes, with no hesitation. I rarely have to ask. I'm good at making the eyes of like, hey, can I try without saying it? Because I don't like to talk like that. You can ask Esther about that. Oh yeah, the TV show was not bad. Real quick, look up the size of a golden capped fruit. Why do you want to look for bats? They're like flying rats. Size of golden capped fruit bat. I'm scared. Is one of the largest bat species in the world, weighing up to 1.4 kgs. Only the Indian and great flying fox can weigh more. It has the longest documented forearm length of any bat species at 21 centimeters. 8.3 inches for American land. It is probably frugivorous, consuming several kinds of fish. At least they don't eat people or rats and stuff, so you know I can give them that. But it's a flying rat. It's just a flying rat, and it's scary. I don't like it. But science. I don't know about science. I don't know. There's scary stuff everywhere, okay? What about tardigrades? What the hell is that? Tardigrade. Is that a real thing? You cannot tell me that this thing exists in the world that we live in. This has to be like something that they disappeared with the dinosaurs. What the hell is that? What the hell? Why did I just read something and tells me like who can kill a tardigrade, and it's like maybe aliens? I'm like, what do you mean? Only the death of the sun can kill. Like, what am I reading? What am I learning about right now? What am I doing? What kind of nightmare fuel are you giving me today? Like, what's going on? Fruit bats are cute. I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, they're better than the other ones, but you know, there are 2 YouTube channels that tell sometimes cursed knowledge about animals, The Frank and Casual Geographic. I've seen Casual Geographic when he was on TikTok. I haven't watched his full videos yet, but I like his content. Yeah, both channels are very fun too, though. Yeah. I mistook one of those bats for a kite. That sounds very scary. Like it's just flying that way. Like nah. You're the first one I think I've heard would describe Frank as less cursed than Casual Geographic's. I feel like, I mean, they'd be telling you. I remember watching the Casual Geographic's like video about moose, and like when they're shedding their skin, it looks absolutely disgusting. It looks like a horror film, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know. And they're so fast and they can swim. So many information I didn't want to know about them, you know, or the anacondas and stuff. Nah. Reality is crazier than fiction, apparently. Tardigrades are very much real, but where are they? Like, where do they live? I don't know. I don't know why I asked question. It looks disgusting. All I need to know is that I will never see one in my life. Is it really small? I think I saw it was really small. Yeah, it's a few millimeters. What do they mean that it looks like a small bear? It does not look like a small bear. It looks disgusting. My God. I mean, CG does not spare all the violent details Z Frank does. They live in space, can live in space. I mean, am I surprised? Have you looked at them? They don't look great. That's why it says that the only thing that can kill them is the death of the sun. How did we discover this thing? Why is it a thing? What does it do? But at the same time, I don't really want to know. I don't even know why I'm asking at this point. It's just, I'm just being thoroughly disturbed. And I don't understand what to do with the knowledge that I have acquired. I'm like... Anyways. Oh yeah, tardigrades, my microscopic tanks. Tardigrades are basically immortal and unkillable. I don't like the knowledge that there's something like that in the world, you know? Imagine if like they got like someone put like a random virus on them that makes them like size up. Can you imagine these things like walking the streets like looking like a... Like not a rhino, the other one, Mudang. I don't know what Mudang is, but imagine they were that size and running at you. I would die. I would die before they get to me, you know? You're very, very tiny though. Yeah, for now. You know, the world is not exactly doing great, so who knows? Maybe someone will do something wrong, and then they'll get bigger and they'll come for us, okay? Some jellyfish can live forever too. You know what? It's not like I'm gonna go out of my way to go hang out in the middle of the sea and hang out with the jellyfishes. So, you know, I can live happily knowing that, you know? Tardigrades eat algae and flowering plants. And some species may eat there are different species of these. Why do you guys know about this? Like, what did you research to know this? Hippopotamus, yes, that one. Hippos, that's what I was looking for. Imagine if they were the size of hippos and they were running like that. In the water, they could be right next to you. I'm not in the water right now. I'm a turtle that likes to go in and out of water. I don't always stay in it. Leave me alone. My God, why are you trying to give me nightmares? Like, what's up? What's wrong? Some jellyfish, yeah, I saw that. Tardigrade are everywhere. Stop. Can we stop with the nightmare fuel? Quick, look up giant phantom jellyfish. Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this, and it disturbs me. You know when I tell you that I'm extremely scared of the deep sea? That's what I talk about. Is these very big things that we've only seen a few times and we don't know what else is down there, and I'm not willing to go explore. You know, I'm not that much of an adventurer. I'm not an adventurer to begin with. I'm a city girl. I'm not going out of my house like that. I'm not trying to discover what's at the bottom of the sea, okay? Thing made me more disturbed than Subnautica if it were trying, you know, and the fact that these are real, like, no, absolutely not. I also remember learning that lobsters can die from old age. Their DNA is different. So will they not die if we don't eat them? I thought that they did. I thought like a famous like blue lobster died the other day. Like, what happened? We are also terminally online, you know, high five on that. So I can't really judge you, but I am, because why are you sharing nightmare fuel? This is fun. I like talking about animals. It's like elementary school all over again. Yeah, at least we can talk about the ones we like and the ones that traumatize us because we get too much information online. My parents worked at a major city zoo and I was like, oh, that sounds fun. I mean, at least it sounds fun if you're into animals. I don't like animals like that. I'm a bit scared. I'm scared of a lot of things, if you couldn't tell yet. So I like seeing them from a distance, but I always like going to the zoo and seeing things and like petting stuff if it was not dangerous type of thing. Well, larger and more complex creatures have larger and more complex restrictions. So if you scale tardigrades up to the size of an actual bear, they'll probably melt into a puddle and die. I don't know. The person developing the wrong thing that will make them grow will probably find a cure for that so that they can just run at us and it'll be a zombie apocalypse. But instead of zombies, it'll be all these running and flopping around, coming to stomp us to death. That's what I see. That's what's gonna happen, okay? For a sea turtle, you're awfully scared of water. What? I don't know what you're talking about. I am very comfortable with water, and I feel like you are doing slander and defamation. I will have a lawsuit coming your way. Thank you. Also, aren't the jellyfish one of the sea turtle's favorite food? Yes, but don't say that too loud. I have jellyfish friends. You can't let them know about that. Like, they're gonna have like some feelings about me and stuff. But you know, jellyfish are cute. I like them. they're pretty, so I can get behind it. Chomp. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Me? I would never. I would never. I swear. Don't tell Gloomy. Don't tell Glitch. Nothing happened. Nothing to see here. Okay. My animal knowledge has only expanded since then. Well, I mean, I can see that. I mean, with the invention of the internet, we have all learned things that we wish we didn't. But it is what it is. Maybe on your shell, no, because I keep it extremely clean. I boil my shell every day to make sure that nothing happens. Okay. Are you a turtle? Yes, I am a very nice, clean turtle that will not be overtaken by whatever these are. Okay. I think what got me freaked out first about sea critters is the Dumbo octopus. Dumbo octopus. The juvenile ones are so adorable, but the adults are nightmare fuel. Let me go traumatize myself again, I guess. Dumbo octopus. Well, yeah, no, the baby is cuteness. I've seen a video of that one. It's adorable. The adult one I could live without. You know, there's something that happens in there and the cuteness factor is not about that life, you know. I think they get sick or become incapable of shedding. Something like that. Wait, who? Oh, the lobsters. Ah. Wait, I wrote eating, not eating, reading. We just fall into a rabbit hole by eating one funny article. You know, it's on brand with what we're talking about, so I'm not even gonna say that you really needed to correct yourself here. That sounded pretty accurate to me, if you ask me, you know? Let's see. Make sure everything's okay. Okay. Nematodes are not quite there, but mon amigo said get some nightmare hero. Nematodes. Are they just worms? That's disgusting. I don't want to look at this. It stresses me out. That's disgusting. Don't scare me on top of it. Some good, exciting stuff. 2 years ago, scientists cloned 3 dire wolves from a 10K-year-old DNA. First time in history, they basically resected an animal from extinction. That's interesting, because I saw an article about that on Twitter today, and people are kind of divided about it. For me, I was like, okay, but what do we really know what they look like? Because I mean, if it was 10,000 years ago, I don't think we had a picture going on. So it's what we think they look like. And people are like, it's not actually a dire wolf because they just mutated a gray wolf or whatever other wolf until it looked like what we think it is with the DNA of whatever they had. So I don't know. I only saw a few fleeting articles about it, so I don't really know. So at the end of the day, I'm still waiting for the Twitter verdict. So is it or is it not? Like, what's up? Like, what's going on here? Why do I see a chat down there and then... Oh, okay. Also, aren't jellyfish one of the sea turtle's favorite foods? Wait, no, that's not that. I saw a chat on the turtle, but I don't see him in chat. Where'd that go? Am I tripping? Did someone send a message? Cause I don't see it, and now I'm confused. Let me check my VOD. Cause I'm like, I could have sworn I saw something just passing by down there. Well, I can't find it and I'm confused. And they're on the way to resurrect. And then I don't know what else someone was trying to say there. Sorry, my chat is just not working. Notifiers are a little different apparently. Speaking of what animals look like years ago, I now prefer the idea that maybe, just maybe, T-Rex is a giant fat chicken. I am very good. Like, I am behind this idea, and I would like it to be proven. I would be very happy if that happened. Not quite a worm. Yeah. I don't. Anything that has to do with worms is really, really not my cup of tea. I think you're talking about the nematodes you sent earlier. I don't know. It's just not. It does nothing for me. Auto completion sucks. Yeah, no, they're just rotifer. Yeah, auto completion sucks. Yeah, it's just what it is when you're talking about fancy subjects that are not words that are used a lot. So yeah, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, anything that has to do with worms and larvae and like slugs and stuff, I really cannot. If there's something I cannot stand in life, that's that. Like, I just absolutely not, will not deal, cannot deal. It just was up in here. Oh, hello, Paul. How you doing? How was your weekend? We're talking about animals. Cause animal, like animals. Yes, we're talking about animals and disgusting stuff, but also nice stuff and fluffy stuff, like fluffy squirrels that like to lay flat. Also rats in my ceiling, creepy people. We're having a grand old discussion today. Same. I love beetles, but I cannot deal with their young life stages. I mean, I don't like beetles either, so it's like, maybe not. Weekend was okay. Well, you know, as I said, I'd rather have a weekend than a busy and tiring weekend. So, you know, we take a win wherever we can. That's what's up. Hello, Nick. How are you? How was your weekend? How are you? How you been doing? Rotifers aren't worms nor larvae. Okay. Let me Google. But I swear, if this is another type of nightmare fuel. It looks just as disgusting, if not even more. What is this? This is disgusting. I don't like this. I don't like them. I don't want them in my life. Stop it. I drink to that. You know, that's that. See, they make me Google stuff, and then I have regrets, and I have nightmare fuel tonight. I swear, if I have nightmares about it tonight, I will put it on you. It's all your fault, okay? All of yous, okay? Just popping by for a sec because I should be asleep, but I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much, Lenny. Hope you have a good night. So much yapping. You probably should sleep rather than listen to whatever we're talking about today, because it's not cute stuff. Maggots only eat dead flesh, to those who know the reference. I don't think I do. I might, but I don't think I do. Do you know you can see owls' eyes from their ears? Oh yeah, that I know. And they can like 360 their head and stuff. They're pretty cute. I like owls. I went to an owl cafe in Japan, and they were very cute. Some of them we could even pet and like pat their little heads. My sister's favorite animal is owls. So like we went there, and she was barely alive by the time we made it out. She was so in love. She was so happy. So it was a great memory too. Telling you, my sister coming to see me in Japan is still one of my best vacation times, you know? You should look up talkative ravens. Honestly, they're kind of scary. They're kind of creepy. Like, they're too smart. Like, they could overtake us. Remember the birds movie from Alfred Hitchcock? There's a reason it's there. The birds are scary. They can do things, and we don't understand them. And then they'll just take us, and it'll be the end. And then nothing we'll be able to do. They'll just come up and eat our eyes. Okay? Rotifers roam around water, any kind of water body. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you creating more trauma and nightmare fuel in my being? I do not want to know. I want to go to the beach without thinking about all these details. I just want to be happy, a happy turtle on the beach without knowing about all the cousins and friends that are there. I'm happy being bliss. See, ignorance is bliss. That's how I choose to live my life most of the time, and like 90% of the time. I'd rather be ignorant than be happy, okay? My God. Ugh. Making me shiver. Birds are the closest existing thing to dinosaurs. Making one into a dino would be a matter of editing some genes. That was the case with dire wolves. Only like 12 genes were edited. Oh, that's interesting. I really don't know much about that. Like, I don't know anything about genetics, about dinosaurs, about like reproducing like stuff. But I think it's interesting. I just like it to be very easily explained to me. I don't need the details. I just want to know the main goal, the main story here, you know? Owls are wonderful, true. Yeah, they're very cute, very, like, you know, when they're laughing. A laughing owl is something illegally cute. And everybody needs to watch at least one video of them laughing. It's too cute. Because apparently their feet are ticklish, and it's the cutest thing. True facts about the owl, yes. Well, I mean, who? Ravens recognize faces and can communicate those faces with other ravens, even if they have not seen those faces before. They're extremely smart, and you know, I think it's nice to have smart animals. It's just that these specifically kind of scare me. I'm like, they're too smart for comfort. I feel like they could really just take us over one day, you know? Yes, birds are actually pretty smart in general. Once I was petting a stray cat and then a pigeon on top of me pooped on me. As we all know, pigeons hate cats. Yeah, no, they're like professional haters and they're petty. That's why I see, you know, I always confess my crimes, but when I was in high school, sometimes I would forget my keys, so I had to wait outside until my parents come back, and so I would work at the park. In the meantime, I would get some fries and be happy, but they're all fresh, hot fries. So if you're walking in the park, of course the seagulls are coming like, ooh, mine about it. So it was, yeah, maybe I was a bit sadistic, but I would just throw some fries at them, but then I would see them struggling because it's too hot. And I'd be like, but they will still eat it though. They will fight over it, and then I'll eat it. So, you know, that was my pastime in high school. I'm sorry, maybe I'll get canceled over it. This is still technically talk about vacation. Vacation is the best opportunity to get acquainted with new animals. Yes, we're very much on topic today, yes. Also, ravens talk to ask for pets. I swear it's wholesome. I mean, it's cute but scary. Hello, welcome in Wasabi Cheetah. How you doing? How was your weekend? You have a very fun name to say. Do you know lizards are in fact not that close related with dinos? It's weird because I would think that they're the ones that look the closest to them. I'm canceling mana. Can I get my cloud then? Give me the cloud. Okay, cancel me properly, fo. You cannot doing a half-ass. Like, you need to go into it, make the tweet longer, make a post, and then, you know, cancel me like that, you know? I haven't had a vacation. I've had the privilege of doing what other people like felt. I mean, did you at least enjoy the activities? Because, I mean, until a certain age, not like you can just choose to go on a vacation, but maybe there was one of these vacation or times that there were other people that you actually enjoyed it. Perhaps, you know, let's try to find a silver lining in the situation here, you know? Wait, what did I miss? Other animals that giggle include rats when they are tickled, baby crocs when they're brushed. I could get behind the cute baby crocs getting brushed. I don't know about the giggling rats. I don't know about that. Emphasis on the privilege, aka no argument. Okay, you know, that's a positive. We take it out here. Owls are always being tickled by fairies and ghosts. That's why they always say, who? And speaking of hair, that's a very cute statement. Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate that. I hope, wait, I lost something. Speaking of ravens, I was fixated on VTuber Zentria's updates. She accidentally dropped a ladder near a raven. It stared at her, then flew. For days, groups of ravens were following her. That would be scary. I don't know how I would feel about that. I'd be like, when you be there following me, I wouldn't get out of my house. But then it didn't matter because they're smart enough to just keep an eye on you like they. I hope Zen can regain their trust. I know she's trying to befriend them. I don't know. I guess it can be a very wholesome experience, like Disney princess experience of befriending birds, but I don't trust them. Birds are not real. I don't trust the birds like that. I would be too scared of them, to be honest. Don't forget the drive file. What drive file? What I missed that I don't understand the reference here. She befriended them, if I remember correctly, or at least no violent interactions have happened yet. I don't know. I'm too scared of animals like that. I'm scared of having an animal and not being able to care for it properly, and then it dies and I'll be depressed. And I'm scared of animals in general when they come around me. I'm like, oh my god, animal. Especially, I guess I'm especially scared of the animals that have fur. I cannot. I would take a bird over an animal that has fur. Like dogs, cats, rabbits, all of that, they kind of scare me. Bird I can get behind even though they smell not that great sometimes. And then I like fish. Fish is easy peasy. I like observing them. I know people are like, but there's no personality. It's fine. They can have their own personalities, and like I can make stories for them as they live in their fish tanks, and I don't need anything more than that, you know? Oh, if you befriend wild ravens, crows, they'll bring you gifts like shiny things, buttons, and money. Oh yeah, I don't know why. I was asked to clean like Christmas tree ornaments outside, and like there were like little, or was it like seashells? I don't know. It was something I was asked to do in Japan. And you know in Japan they have really big ravens that do not care. So I started like putting them on the driveway and stuff like that, and then I saw them just staring at me ready to attack, and I was like, that was not the brightest idea I've ever had. There's a bunch of shiny things on the driveway now. They're coming for me, so I had to like quickly gather my stuff and get back inside. I was like, ooh, no, well, we're not gonna do that. At least it wasn't a group of crows. They're known as a murderer. Murder weapons? Like, what do you mean? What do you when you stop there? Oh, crocs and gators are adorable. I don't want to see an adult one in the wild, but I can see a cute side to them sometimes. I know fish likes them. I don't know. They're interesting to me, basically. What if animals with fur that doesn't have fur, like the sweaty cat? Like, I'm not about the sweaty cat life. Like, no thanks, okay? Crows are extremely social birds. They call each other by name and warn each other when something bad happens. Like if danger is around, their language is also different as well. I mean, I feel like they're very interesting animals. I don't think they should be domesticated. I feel like we should just let them do their own thing and hope they don't come for us one day. That's how I see it, you know? A flock of crows is called a murder. Oh, so you can call it a murder of crows. You know, at least they got the pizzazz, they got the riz, they got the drip, they got something going for them. So you know that's cool. What? And a group of ravens is an unkindness. See, they got drip in the names of their group. I think mine, I don't remember. Someone told me what was the word for a group of turtle, and like that's so lame because I wanted to talk call my viewers. I was like, I don't like it. My dad takes care of bedfish. He started raising them when he works, but now he started taking them home. They're beautiful. Bedfish are usually really pretty. My sister had one when I was growing up, so I liked observing it. It was like a nice like darker blue color. It was very pretty. Group of crows got a murder. Yes, today I learned. Thank you, everyone. In Spanish, ravens and crows are the same words, so I'm not sure which is which, and I'm talking about them. Yeah, there's two words for us here, but like it took me a while to understand which one is which too. To me, they like when I take a glance, to me they look like the same bird, so I don't know. A group of crows is called a murder of crows. Yes, I shall attempt to remember that definition one day. Letting birds live like a junkie son is the ethical thing to do. What do you mean by that, Fo? As a side note, crows will hold funerals if a member of the group dies. Scientists discovered that they are actually investigating why their friend died. All right, like I knew they were smart, but I know they were doing like whole murder investigations, you know? so that they can avoid it. So if you ever see a group of crows around a dead crow, you can call it a murder investigation. This is where we were going with that, I see. You know what? I can respect that statement. Let's see. Wait. Could you imagine how a higher intelligence would describe humans? Humans are social primates. They have a complex language system, but mostly talks about how they did each other's mothers and how much risk they have. Very important statement here. They're capping for real. In contrast, in Spanish, there are lechuzas, owls, and bujos. Owls. Why do you guys have the same words for things? Like, you didn't want to make a difference for this? These two are pretty different for the same word. Like, what are we doing? Birds that can come home and go as they please is what I mean. I see. You know, I don't know. I guess I didn't have the reference for the junkie son, but now I understand. Same in Russian. Crow is vorona. Raven is voron. I guess it's close for us too. Maybe kids and some adults think it's a male and female birds of some species. I feel like this is probably something that I thought as a kid. In French, it's a corbeau and corneille. So I guess it starts the same and then it ends differently. I was very confused because I really thought they were both the same for the longest time when I was younger. And I was like, what do you mean they're not the same? When you look at them, I'm like, let me see. Am I tripping? Raven and crow. What? They're giving me a weird definition for the word as well. And I'm like, bro, the pictures I'm getting out are the same. They're all the same. What do you mean? They look exactly the same. Like, raven is an English word that signifies the word we have for crow in French, but is sometimes used to talk about in an erroneous way about the raven? I'm so confused. They look the same. In French, they're confused about the words. And then they're talking about people. I don't even know at this point. I don't know. Cockney is a little bit funny. You're like, what the hell does that mean? I Google and I still don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. They're close but still different species. I guess they're like very close cousins. If it's lechuza, they have a heart-shaped face. Or if they have like cat ears, they're okay. Different species, and it was important to know the difference decades ago because lechuzas were considered witches. Oh, casual, very normal. Raven and crow discussions are always so funny because they span across different demographics, including emos, goth, and weird kids just trying to draw their OCs. I'm a weird kid from 2008. You know what? It's fine. I accept everybody in this chat. Like, everybody is free to be weird and and confused. We're all confused, and we want to describe the things the best way we can. It's fine. I still don't really know the difference. I googled, and the pictures gave me exactly the same thing. So I'm not gonna fight this. I'm just gonna accept my fate that I will never know what this is. This is what's up. Yep. That's that. That being said, it has been 2 hours and a half that we've been talking about. I don't even know what at this point. So I should probably call it a day if I want to have some energy left to stream tomorrow, though. Like, that would be a good idea. The cheeses are barn owls, bujos are eagle owls. I will take you guys' words for it, because I don't know. Except your fake chat is much stronger. Apparently so. My ancestors never cared for the difference. We call ravens and crows uwak because that's the sound they make. You know, I love that. Make your life easier, not worse, okay? Hope you have a good week, Mama. Thank you, Paul. Good night, Millennial Red. Good night to everybody. we're gonna be doing something tomorrow. I haven't decided. I'll probably decide tomorrow when I get home. And we're gonna be yapping. So, you know, if we have a weird conversation tomorrow, it'll just be how we live our life, and I'm very okay with that. You guys are all awesome. I hope you rest well. I am tired, so I will go. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the looks. Thank you for being awesome. I hope you have an amazing night. See you tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye. Oh, you hope for Tetris, maybe? I thought about it. Don't give me ideas. You see, slipping ideas into my brain. Anyways, have a good night. Bye-bye.